Astronauts to the moon.
Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1.
Houston, we have a problem.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue.
What you're seeing here is a mirage.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of emergency broadcast.
You know what time it is, right?
This is only a test.
It's Thursday, y'all. Time to take the training wheels off.
Wow.
Baby. We got Rose 777 here. She's yelling poppycock. Dave Wiseman is back with the capture.
This is the Speaker's Corner, where we speak truth, see truth. Speaker's Corner, yeah, they see through, we see you. Speaker's Corner, where the people get to talk, where real ideas and thoughts spark. This is all on the Speaker's Corner. 3 minutes hit the spotlight. Speaker's Corner, where 3 minutes gets your mind right. Speaker's Corner, where the people get to talk, where real ideas and thoughts spark. This is all on the Speaker's Corner.
Welcome, everybody, to Speaker's Corner. If today is not a day of problems, I don't know what to call it. Let me just make sure that we are all good here. I think we are, but you'll have to tell me if the volume's good and everything's great. I think it sounds pretty good from here. That looks good, and we got to get this up. All right, we're on to episode number 23, believe it or not. That's where we stand, and yes, my internet's back on. We are all good. We're ready to go. Let's start out by showing you something that you can do if you like. Look at how dope this hat is. And my color's all orange again. That is the dopest hat of all time. It is the Fake X hat. I know you want one. You're like, Jaron, where can I get one? I'm about to tell you. I'm about to tell you where you can get one. You are going to head over to the place called shop.jeranism.com. There we go. Let's bring it up for you. There you go. And you'll see that the items are now available for purchase just in time for Christmas. Get one for your father, your brother, your husband, or it could be for a girl too. So we've got, first of all, the NASA going nowhere, going effing nowhere hat. Simply go to my site, click that. There you go. If you're international, make sure you click the add button for international shipping. Otherwise, you can get a discount if you order more than one. And just click buy now. It's free shipping. We will ship it to you for free. So you can make that purchase now. When you hit buy now, you have a choice. You can do cryptocurrencies, Binance Pay, credit card, debit card, Cash App even. How easy is that? Click that. Click, oh, I want to send Bitcoin Cash. Click continue. You'll have to put your email for updates. Click pay, and it will go through the whole process. And you will have ordered one. So that's the hat. You can also get the beanie, which is very cool. Stop that. Thank you. Move this back over here. Stupid thing. Thank you. All right, we've got, move this back over here. So my things are moving all over. There you go. The beanie's there. Again, discount as well for more than one. There you go. And you can click buy now, same story. And then also there is the combo pack, which is there as well. So free shipping on all that stuff. Get your hat before they go out of style. But I should probably show you the other side of the hat too. So and my camera's not on. There you go. So it is sharp. Very sharp hat. This way. There you go. It's nice. It is if you look at the inside here, it's a flex fit. So good quality brand. There's your NASA going effing nowhere. And there's your back for your Fake X. Very, very cool. And then the same Fake X logo is on the beanie. So again, head over to shop.jeranism.com and get your hat. So sorry it took so long to get those. It took a while to find somebody who would print them who wasn't all worried about copyright. Most people were all worried about copyright. So 2 ways you can join the show. I believe we have some money left, so we're going to go 888-698-FLAT. You can join us through 888-698-FLAT, or you can join us simply by going to tinyurl.com/cornerism. That works as well. Let's bring over here and see if everybody's well. I see the chat is there for Rokfin. Hello. What's up, Shay? What's up, Big Pine Sailing? Shopism. Yes. Make sure you get your hat today, Big Pine, or else you're not cool. That's just, and you don't want to be not cool. You don't want to do that. All right. We're going to get to the show. And I believe, is that all I needed to cover for now? For now, I believe that that's it. Well, yeah, I'll cover the other item real quick. One thing, last thing, I promise. And I don't know, I guess I'll do it tomorrow. I'll put my money on it tomorrow. I could do it tonight, I guess. But if you go to a site called BetMoose, you're like, what? What's BetMoose? BetMoose is a site I used to actually kind of work with them, believe it or not. Let me log in here real quick. Oh boy. Hold on, I gotta get my code. Give me a second. Guess, do I really need to log in? Well, I might as well. Hold on, I gotta pull up my 2-factor authentication machinery here and find this one. BetMoose is 387502. Go. Okay. BetMoose is a site where you can bet on anything because anybody can make a bet, so anybody can take the bet. So if we search here for, let's go to see the predictions. We're going to look for people who have made bets or placed bets. So we're going to put in keywords here. I don't know. How about SpaceX? Okay, we're going to go to SpaceX. Oh, there's only one. What do you know? This is a bet that I have placed, made, hosted. Oh, no, don't show me that page. Show me the real page. I should have not signed in, see? I don't want to see my side. I want to see the customer side. Hold on. Not BetMoose. What are you doing, Jaron? SpaceX. So here's my thing. If you didn't know this, Hello Moon or Goodbye Moon, what is it called? Dear Moon? Stupid. Oh, I know what I can do. If I go here, open new tab, and then I grab this share button, copy that. Let's go that way. Not copy image. Thank you. Direct link. Now let's put that in, see if that takes us where we want to go. What? Paste. I guess I don't get to see the customer side. All right, we're going to sign out. Sign out. We are logged out. Now we'll put it in. And now we'll go to the... What is going on here? Didn't I log out? Oh, maybe this is the page. So my question is, or my bet is, will Tim Dodd, the everyday astronaut, fly around the moon in 2023? Here's why I'm ready to make this bet. Is because nobody thinks this will happen in 2023. Yet everywhere says it will. So we've got, I put here as the description, will Tim Dodd, the everyday astronaut, fly around the moon at any point in 2023? According to publications online, dearmoon.com, Wikipedia, and others, the claim is that a SpaceX rocket with 8 people, including Steve Aoki, K-pop star T.O.P., and YouTuber Tim Dodd, will join a Japanese billionaire on an upcoming Dear Moon mission, which they will claim will launch in 2023. And then it says decision logic. I have to decide decision logic. So I put logic is easy. Tim Dodd must be on the flight and it must leave Earth, travel to the moon. And we must see that Tim looking out a window or some way of showing that he flew around the moon. If the mainstream report is that it happened with Tim on the flight, then the bet will settle as a yes. If for any reason the flight is postponed beyond 2023, or if Tim backs out or the ship never makes it to the moon, the bet settles as no. Here's my reason for that, is that even Globers know that they're being lied to. How will I prove that? Tomorrow, or maybe tonight, but I don't know if I have it in the right place. I'm going to put $1,000 on he will not fly around the moon. Okay, so that means it's up for grabs. Any Glober can just come along. You can actually bet these and not even be signed in. So you'll notice I'm not signed in here. If I were to say, I don't want Jaron to make fun of me, so I'm just going to come here. I'm going to put, yes, he will. I'm going to put 0.05 Bitcoin on it or whatever you want. Okay. And right now it says return on investment 0 because there's nobody betting the other side. So of course there's no money to win. But I'm going to make the first bet of $1,000. You can come and you can just take my $1,000 by hitting place anonymously. When you do that, you can just send in your Bitcoin from whatever address you want. And when you win, you will get paid out to that same address. So it's completely anonymous. Nobody even knows your name. Nobody knows who the hell you are. Okay. Me, I'm doing it publicly. I'm saying, here, publicly take my money. Here's my problem. Nobody will make the bet. You watch. Nobody will make the bet. Why? Because nobody's insane. Nobody thinks that Tim Dodd is going to fly around the moon in 2023. But if you go to Dear Moon, of course, they tell you that's what's happening. Dear Moon. But again, this is just more proof that you're being lied to and you don't give a shit. Dear Moon here, if we go up here, go schedule, we see that the planned liftoff is 2023. Go to Wikipedia, Wiki Dear Moon. Go to Wikipedia and we'll see here, Wikipedia Dear Moon. It'll say down here, oh, now it says launch date to be determined, but it does say in here, I've seen it. I just looked at it the other day. It does say that it'll be 2023. Let me find it. Let's see if we go control find. If not, we can, oh, here we go. The project was unveiled in September and was scheduled to launch in 2023. Is that the only place it says it? No. See here, then on September 14th, SpaceX announced that the previously contracted passenger would be launched aboard a spaceship to fly the moon 2023. Okay. Initially proposed to launch in 2023, the circumlunar mission is expected to take 6 days to complete. In 1970, Apollo 13 followed a similar trajectory around the moon, blah, 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 blah. The planned crew to be launched in The circumlunar Artemis 2 mission is planned to be crewed and to be launched in 2024. And that'll never happen either. If anyone wants to place that bet, you might as well. I believe that they've changed this, but you can look when will Dear Moon launch. It will all say, and this is just it. You're being lied to. And nobody cares. There you go. Look at 2023. Okay. It will make use of the SpaceX launch. It is scheduled to launch in 2023. It's a flat out lie. Why don't they just be honest? Why don't they just be honest? They'll never be honest. So we'll see who has money, where they want to put their money, where their mouth is. You do have to have crypto if you don't know how to do that. Patreon.com/Jeranism, and I'll get you a consultation, and we will see if I will lose my $1,000 or not. I bet not. And you can trust this site really well. They've been open for a long time. I've worked with them for a long time. You can also go to my, what do you have to go to? Hosted bets? I mean, I just might have to sign in again with the thing. Anyway, I'll talk about it more tomorrow. But you can see how many bets I've hosted on here. And that, yes, does the person who made the bet, are they the ones who determines the winner? Yes. But of course, I'm not going to be able to say, like saying, oh, that's a fake flight, or oh, it was faked, is not sufficient for this particular bet. It will end with a yes, they did go, as long as the mainstream says that they went, and we see Tim Dodd on some sort of craft floating around, looking out a window, showing a moon. That's all I want to see, and that won't happen. That won't happen. Why do I have Tim Dodd and not one of the other people? And why is it? Because I've seen Tim Dodd grow from where he's been. I do not think he's involved in something that is weird. I could be wrong. We'll find out. But as far as it just won't launch in 2023. It's impossible. Impossible. The Starship that they're saying is going to go has never been in orbit. So, I mean, it's the same thing as, we think it's funny that John F. Kennedy announced that we would go to the moon in 61. I think that's when he did. And we had never put a man in orbit. And they finally, went to the moon in 69. It took 8 years. So Starship hasn't even gone in orbit. And yet they're going to send people, a crew of 8, a bunch of pop stars. And no, not going to happen. Not going to happen. And if you disagree with me, put your money where your mouth is. All right. Let's get started with the show. We're going to go first to the, not on the phone. We're going to the StreamYard here. Hold on one second. Let me get this set straight. Callers off. StreamYard's on. And we're going to StreamYard. And who do we have first? Nobody. Way to start off the show. Let me go open up the phone lines. And let me see here. Since we've got nobody here, we will bring this back up. Yeah, this one. With this one. And this one. Nope. Yeah, there we go. We're going to put this up for a second. So there's nobody there. tinyurl.com/cornerism. If you wanted to jump on, we'll put this there. Actually, got to move that out of the way of the time. There we go. It's better. Move. Yes. Move left to right. Oh, now we do have somebody. I lied. Anybody bets? Any bets? Any bets? Any bets? Any bets? If you said Sacred Knowledge, you are correct. Sacred Knowledge, what up?
Ready? Hey, how's it going?
Good. Yourself? You ready for your 3 minutos?
Yeah.
All right.
Gotta pause you. Okay. Ready.
Go.
Oh, cool. Happy. Where are we? Happy today.
All right.
I was thinking about a couple of things I wanted to say, clear up from things of the past. And I said one time that the Bible uses a lot of hypnotic repetition to get your mind in to get your brain in an alpha wave state. And it is true, but it's not necessarily bad to utilize the knowledge of alpha waves because you absorb things better when you're in an alpha state. So, and yes, they do it in yoga too with a chanting that gets your mind in a meditative alpha state. So it depends on what you're focusing on, though, So it's like if you hypnotize yourself in a way that's like you repeat the name of the ancient sacred name of God dozens of times over and over, and you're focusing on that. That's a different type of hypnosis, And so the Bible, it's not all bad that it's doing that. Maybe you need to be in that state. But anyways, and the next thing I wanted to say is remind everybody, I haven't mentioned it in a long time, to check out and support the First Amendment audit channels, the YouTube channels, because they're like the front line of freedom right now. They're going to change everything if we keep blowing these guys up. The cops are going to stop getting away with all the crap that, we're keeping them in check. So it's all about transparency and accountability, First Amendment audits, and also the pedo poachers. Those channels are really great because they bust people like catcher predators and stuff. And they're blowing up right now, but they're kind of like having a lot of YouTube problems. So anyway, support them. And then lastly, if I have the time, I wanted to say, talk about why we are forced to drive. I mean, why we're under Arrested Development Act, obviously, and the technology is held back, and we're driving cars that run on this antiquated fuel, fossil fuels. But they're not really fossil fuels, but we could be driving cars that run on water, solar, and all that kind of stuff. Why is it that they restrict our travel in that way? And they want to keep us localized and not being able to move, and it's very expensive to travel. But the reason is that we're not driving cars that run on water. You could just collect rainwater and go wherever you want, is because obviously free energy, but it's not just the money. People think it's just money. It's because there are power points or vortex points throughout the plane where high energy locations, and the Indians know about these places. The ancient people know about them. They call them magical places. They do rituals there, and there's higher energy locations. The prana is higher there. So when we travel, ancient man was nomadic, and he would travel around and get a lot of spiritual enlightenment from passing through the vortex points or the power points throughout the plane. You'd get spiritually enlightened too fast. So they hold us back from traveling too much to keep us from waking up. So it's just another part of the control matrix. That's why we're not driving cars that run on water. And, it's really messed up. But if we did, we'd be too free.
I do agree with most of that.
That's all. That's it for today.
That's all I got.
I guess, because I think I'm out of time. So, I mean, you should give me like an hour one day. Just then I could get warmed up.
Probably not. Here, I'm trying to turn this down so we can. There we go. Sorry, I got too loud too fast.
If you want to ask me questions, I'm down to talk.
Do I have any questions for you?
About what I said, or at any.
No, I agree with that. And who do you think who's like the number one channel doing melted bricks and ancient history being incorrect? Who's the number one channel that you watch for that stuff?
Well, it's gonna be. Well, I used to watch the first dude that figured it out was this dude called named Jerry. I forget his last name.
Jerry. Oh, sorry.
What? He's crazy, bro. When the buildings cried, the guy's a genius, but he's just very aggressive and crazy with it. So a lot of people were like, "Whoa, hey, calm down, buddy," because he calls everybody retarded and stuff. And all the other people that were getting it too, what he's saying, were like, "Damn, why does he have to be such a dick?" So then other channels started coming out, and I send people to the other channels because I don't want them to go to Jerry because he's so he'll like call everybody retarded. It's funny and it's hilarious to listen to. And you gotta if you can palate him, he's cool. But then there's the Tartarian Meltdown. That's a good channel. Just go there, and you have to spend some time there. Watch a few of the videos. You'll start to see what we're talking about. Also, there's Spartan Red. Spartan Red is a. There's not that many, but look up meltology, and on the mountains are melted buildings. Mountains are melted brick buildings is basically the keywords you want to be using to try to find it.
Sounds good. All right, thanks, bro.
Peace out, brother.
Later.
Bye.
That was Sacred Knowledge. He is a regular on the show. I'm going to start the phone line. Sorry, I did that a little bit late. Let's do Max calls 2. Yes. And Stave start the show. Yes. And my connection. Yes. Ready?
Ready to connect.
Yes, I
Click
am.
connect to show now.
Yes, I will. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Boom. We
Welcome,
are.
host.
Hello.
You are now in the host room and
It's not
can
necessary.
manage your callers from the Call-in Studio web interface.
Not necessary. Thank you, though. All right, so the phone lines are open. We can also check text. If you want to text, you can do so. If you have a question, that's probably the best way to do that. And that is 888-698-FLAT. The phone number is on the screen. If you just look down below there, you'll see it. And let me see what else we have. We could talk about a few things. We could talk about, just while we wait for another call. Oh, we have a caller. I lied. Let's go to the phones and see who is there. We first got from the 636 area code, I believe. 636. Welcome to the show. You are on the air. What's up? Hello?
Hello?
You're on.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
How's it
Name's
going?
Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, so I haven't heard anybody call this out. May call me crazy.
Okay.
Has anyone ever seen Brenda Debate's face?
Not that I know of.
Okay. I believe that to be RV. I think he's trolling everybody.
No, I don't think so.
Sounds call me crazy. I mean, it sounds just like him, especially whenever him and Dave are like going at it and Dave's kind of like screaming at him a little bit. You could always tell RV always kind of like keeps his cool to kind of make Dave, I guess, look like the crazy one, even though RV's the crazy one. We all know that.
Don't ever go full RV. It could be. I don't think so. But I mean, hey, what do I know?
It sounds just like him.
Now, next time I hear him, her, it, I will listen in.
All right. And another thing, I was listening to one of the Globebuster episodes back when you guys were going over the Cody Cotton Blue Origin launch.
Okay.
And I remember Dave was kind of saying, kind of like hand waving at dismissal, just saying it's, not possible.
Right.
And we got to remember, though, like back in the day, the Nazis had the Nazi bell.
Right.
If you look at the shape of that thing, it almost seems like it's the same shape. And with Bob saying he didn't hear any of the thrusters, maybe all the, the smoke and the flames and all that CGI, but maybe they're using something else that, we don't know about.
Yeah, to me, it just has nothing to do with space at all. I mean, it's a reverse bungee jump, right?
Right.
They're throwing it up as high as they can, and then it gets to the top, and just like a baseball, if you throw a baseball, it towards the top of its arc, it would experience 0G, right? As it goes to the top of its arc and starts coming down, that little arc there is going to be 0G, and I think that's what they do with
you're
people.
Float.
Right, you're going to float. So I think that's basically what they're doing, and then they have curved windows, and people look at it and they think they see a curved Earth. But there could be more behind it too. Who knows? Again, but it's so funny that all these billionaires are going to space only, right?
Right.
Yeah. The three richest guys in the world. Yeah. All right. Nothing else?
No, that's about it. But just keep your ear out for that voice. Just listen to it.
I will listen to it. Hopefully
you might hear it now because you know it'll be on tonight. So.
Oh boy, please don't tell me that. Please, let's all hope against that. All right, thanks, bro. Let's go to the 360. Welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Jaron, what's up, man?
What up, boss?
Not much. Just thought I'd say hi. Haven't called in before.
All right.
Been listening for years. Just wanted to say what's up.
Well, what's up? How's it going? Where are you from?
I'm up here by Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah, woke up today, saw the moon and sun were out at the same time. I could see through the moon. I don't know what the heck was going on, man.
We may have been lied to.
It's crazy. Hey, I just bought your hat combo. Thanks for putting that up.
Did you really? Thank you.
Yeah. It's on its way, apparently.
You might be the first one.
Sweet.
Is the phone number that's listed there, are you on Telegram?
Yeah, I messaged you on there before.
Okay.
I was complaining about my Mount Maru shirt on there.
Oh, okay. I remember that. Yes. It was like double printed or something.
Yeah, it was fucked up.
But your phone number here, is this your cell number, the one that starts in 360?
Yeah.
I'm going to text you a link to the Jeranism library. You can become a free member. So I'll text you a link just because you were the first one to buy a hat. So
Awesome.
I'll text you after the
All
show.
right. Well, that's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, hey, have a good show.
Thanks. Peace. All right, let's drop that one. We've got anybody else here? I can't really tell. No, nobody there. Let's check over here. Could be a short show tonight. Nobody at the tinyurl.com/cornerism. So I'll give you a second there while I talk about something that's going on. So it's like we're not allowed to say anymore that something's gay, which I don't really understand, because if I were to say, look at that guy making out with that girl over there, like, that's hella straight. Is there like a problem with that? Or people would be like, no, he's right, that's hella straight. Right? So if you see something that's hella gay, well, I don't understand why we can't say it's hella gay. We're not saying anything derogatory about it. We're just pointing out that it's hella gay. So hella gay is like when you focus, if you're a guy and you just focus all your time and energy on another guy, that's hella gay. So we could talk about the many people who do entire videos about me, entire videos, and that's hella gay. Hella gay. How about the other day, Nathan Oakley did a show, 3 hours debating about me, like 10 guys on the show. I mean, I felt so gross. I had to go take a shower. It's disgusting. No, guys, don't get, I mean, you don't tell them that. Obviously, that's going to excite them. 3 hours? A debate about me? Wow. Wowsy. So there's many channels like that. Now, Brian's on a Jaren kick. He's showing signs of a limp wrist. We've got McToon doing, somebody messaged me, are you going to respond to McToon? I'm like, no, the guy who has a thumbnail that says, let me show you this thumbnail. Like, why would I even, people think that like we have some sort of a masochistic tendency to where it's like, oh, I wonder who's talking about me. What I want to do is I want to go and listen to them talk about me. No, not at all. If somebody's being honest and has a question, or somebody's being honest and has a point to make, then I could see maybe entertaining that thought. But what is it? It's not called this? Oh, it's this one, I think. But otherwise, it's just very, very gay. So, I mean, like, look at this thumbnail. So if you think that there's any chance, what is going on with this thing? Why is that not showing up on the screen? Oh, because the stupid phone line thing is up. That will explain it. Let me get this off the screen there, and then it will work. My bad. That's there, and then we got to turn back on the... Nope. Let's go to this one. Nope. I don't know why this thing is not working today. Well, how about this one? We'll just go to browser solo. That'll work. That'll work fine. All right, so this is the video that McToon made about me yesterday or something. Right here. I mean, Flat Earth leader admits Earth is globe. You think I'm going to watch that? What do you mean I admit the Earth is globe? So when people just are blatant liars, why would you have anything to do with them? You wouldn't. So McToon, another one, doing entire videos about me, loves to use me in his thumbnails. Same thing with Jake, same thing with RV, same thing with, I mean, wow. I just, I'm glad you guys like me. I'm glad that you feel the need to talk about me constantly. It's a little gay. It's a little gay. Go do something productive with your lives. Stop worrying about me. Because I worry about you like less than zero. Less than zero. I don't give a shit what's going on over there. So just letting you know that. Let's go back to the phone lines. Oh boy. That was nice of me. Sorry, whoever that was. You just got doxxed. No, it's not really what happened. But let's go to the phone lines. Here we go. And whoops, hopefully. Oh wait, good. No, you weren't doxxed. I lied. Luckily I didn't have you on the main screen. But we will put you on there now. And let's go with the caller line. There we go. All right, we've got a call from 517. Welcome to Le Show.
Hey, brother.
What's up?
Not too much. How you been?
So good it hurts.
Yeah, I don't think I called you in a couple weeks or nothing.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not a shill or nothing, you know. I turned
Good.
down all my stuff. All I've been doing is watching what's going on, and it still looks flat to me.
Right.
And like, I've been buying radio control cars and shit, and they just keep burnt. I had one burn up today, made me smell like electrical smoke. Totally, man.
All right.
And that was awful. You should come over and try them, Jared.
Try your remote control cars?
Yeah, they're fun as hell, man.
Are they gas powered?
No, they're just electric, but I buy all the fanciest ones.
So what do they go, about 30? No, that's too fast.
No, they probably do about 45 or 50 or something. You should check into it, dude. They're so fast, they're fucking out of control.
The ones you have, they go 45 or 50?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Easy. They go 60 on the fucking pavement.
That's pretty fast for a remote control car.
Yeah, they're crazy. I love them. Anyways, the one broke today, and it's junk. And I mean,
have you ever gone into? We used to have a. God, what was the name of it though? I want to say Hobby Lobby, but that's not right. It was like some sort of place that they
Horizon Hobby or A Main Hobby is where you can get your hobby cars. They're pretty cool. Like, they don't sponsor me or anything. I'm just saying that's where you can get them at.
No, this was a place in my hometown that it used to be a skating rink, and then they retrofitted it into a remote control car race track. It was freaking awesome.
Yeah, I think I might like that. I think I'm good enough at it that I could probably race, but I don't. But they're just so fast.
They're very cool. All right, you got a minute left. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, and I've been looking at everything, and you know who I am, but I don't ever say my name. But I've been looking at the sky and everything, and I know the world is flat, especially now. They say we're going to war and all this stuff, and I don't even care, man.
Right.
To be 100%. Yeah.
Well, it's not
honest.
part of your life yet, no.
No, I don't even think. I mean, if it affects me, I think that I'm prepared well enough. I don't care. But that is a terrible, terrible deal. I mean, it's...
Well, yes, it's going to be another setup for sure.
Yeah, I don't think that it's even true, probably. I mean...
I talked to somebody in the Ukraine that's basically saying that there is some stuff going on the east side. But yeah, to what extent it is or whatever, they just know not to go over there right now, basically, is how the Ukrainians put it.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? I think that we'll see probably the dropping of some sort of weapon, and then they'll get everybody's buy-in.
A smaller weapon. I think that's going to happen. You're probably right.
Yep, and then they'll get Americans buy-in that they want to go to war, and then they'll be able to reset the money supply and reset the money and go to the central bank digital currency.
And I'm gonna just be in bad shape if they do that. Yeah. But whatever, man.
All right, well, I appreciate the call.
Well, I do too.
Have a good one.
You too, brother. I'm gonna keep calling in. I like you.
All right, call in next week. Thank you. All right, let's go back real quick. We'll just check and make sure we've got anybody on the line. Yeah, we do. We've got Tucker. Tucker's in the house. Let's bring on Tucker. Tucker, how are you, my friend?
Hey, how's everything going?
Fantastic. We're going to bring you over here. There you go. Welcome to the show.
Right on. No, just wanted to jump on again. Just put on the last couple of weeks, and yeah, it just felt like we had some good conversations, and just thought I'd just jump back again and just see if you have any questions for me, or I don't know.
No, I think that I've taken it under advisement from a few people, conversations with people, and they think that I should leave the religious stuff out. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to have a podcast. Well, I know I'm going to have a podcast. It's going to be Jeranism Monday Night Raw, just like it used to be, but that's where I'll do a majority of my religious stuff. And this way, if people don't want their children to watch or do whatever, then they can make that decision themselves. And we'll kind of stick to more other topics on other, this show. Now, if somebody asks me a question, of course, I'm going to answer it. But as far as like going deep and really trying to, because it's really pissing off some people. And obviously people, speaking of gay, people like, it's not Scrawny DeBrawny, what the hell's his name? P-Brain, have made some videos where they basically are crying for 30 minutes. So I'll probably want to eliminate those if I can.
Yeah. Well, anytime you bring up a religion, of course you're gonna make a lot of people angry. I don't care what you say. You can say you believe in God, you don't believe in God. Yeah, they're gonna be mad at
people. Get very, very upset, and they start saying your God is satanic and your God is a demon. Your God is a monster. Like what? My God has killed nobody in the history of the world, and that's not very demonic. And so I do have a question for you though, because one of his videos I couldn't even grasp where he was coming from. If Revelation says the street was gold, was solid gold, as it were transparent glass, does that mean that the street is gold?
Oh yeah, I've read that too. Yeah, man, it's just up to the. He was telling the prophet. The prophet is trying to say exactly what his best interpretation of what he was seeing was. I think he said it was as shiny as gold, as beautiful as gold, but yet it was as transparent as glass. And what does that mean? I don't know. It's one of those things there. What would the prophet if he's seen a fighter jet, flying by? And be like, oh, I don't know, like a bird that like shouted like a lion that, flew by with a dragon's breath behind it. So that's kind of how I said that. I guess it would just be something that he was trying to describe with everything that he would, I guess, see in his day. The best example of what he could explain it with.
Yeah, it's just weird because it does say, reading from Revelation 21:21, and again, it could be any different version. They're all basically the same. You could find a couple differences, but it says the great street of the city was of gold, as pure as transparent glass. Okay, that's one version of it.
Sure.
And the main street was
pure
again,
gold. Yeah, I would say it would.
Say again? Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, kind of broke a little bit there. But yeah, it's how I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, you see it the same way. Okay, so I mean, if you go through each version, New Living Translation, English Standard, let's go to the King James since everybody wants to talk about that one. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every several gates was one of pearl, was of one pearl. And the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass. The next one, and the street of the city was pure gold, like transparent glass. And the street of the city was pure gold. So everywhere it says was pure gold. So he made a whole video that said that I was wrong in claiming that I said that the street was paved in gold. He said he didn't mean gold. It means transparent glass and some. No, go look up the city, the Jerusalem, the New Jerusalem. Look up any image that there is on Google, and they all show the whole city as being in gold. So
sure,
yeah, it's just funny that he's going to make a video and call me out for something so ridiculous when he's wrong. I mean, I don't know anybody who says that the street wasn't gold. So again, to me, that's a problem. And he even says in his thing, "Oh, that it caused a problem for me because if it was gold, I would have the same question as Jaron, but it's not. It's well, what is it? What he doesn't make any sense." So. Again, do I want to make videos about these guys, flat earthers, and call them out, and make them look really dumb and bad? Not really. It's not my intent. Obviously, they don't give a shit about lying about me or whatever, but just saying.
Well, it's the same. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. When it says it is gold, it's, again, I think it just goes back to the person who's seeing it. It's a beautiful thing. I think that you could imagine it to look like, and it was also as transparent as glass. What does that mean? What does it look like? I don't know. It's supposed to be one of the most beautiful things. I'm sorry, you brought up on my end a lot when you were talking about the person coming at you with saying that it was all gold or whatever. But man, I can just speak. There's 42,000 different Christian denominations. And all of them have the same book. and they all have completely radically different translations of how they read all the scriptures, and it's just it's crazy.
Yeah, no. So, and again, earlier in that chapter, it does say that the angel who spoke with me had a golden measuring rod to measure the city, its gates, and its walls. So, I mean, gold is kind of it's like a focus here. It's a golden measuring rod, and the city lies foursquare. It gives its dimensions, and then says the wall was made of jasper. The city itself of pure gold, as pure as glass. So that's even before.
Sure. Oh man, and this is really cool because in the book of Revelation, you also have the equivalent same type of story being spoken of in the book of Ezekiel. And so, there's people talk about like time travel. Was John in the New Testament actually like seeing what Ezekiel the person that John was seeing? It was in Ezekiel. It tells Ezekiel to measure, the walls of the city, and the book of John, it says you can see a person measuring it with like the gold rod. And so, yeah, you get some weird time, travel conspiracy stuff that might be in there. So I don't know. It's fun to me.
Yeah, what? I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, the time travel conspiracy. I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't know what you heard if I broke up at all.
Yeah, I'm going to let you go because something's wrong with the line there. I don't know. We're not getting good service, so we're not hearing you very well. But I appreciate the call. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, all right.
We got Dan up next. Dan, hopefully your sound's a little better.
Hey, Jaron. Is it better today?
It sounds like you are doing ASMR right now, but go ahead.
Sorry for that. It's like we have a midnight over here, but probably something wrong. I'm calling from Toronto. As you remember, I called last week.
Hello, Toronto.
Yeah. So just a few thoughts.
Okay, go ahead.
Connect with Tucker, what he was talking. Yes, Christianity is one of the most divided and fragmented religions in the world. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the main reason why is that it's interpretation of biblical text. Yeah. So some denominations are simply divided on the fragments of certain scripture, and then the pastor or leader or whoever just found a new church congregation, and then it's going on. And over 40,000 denominations.
Mm-hmm.
It would be interesting to know how many of them are adopting different cosmology.
Mm-hmm. Would be.
Because in recent years, it was significant shake-up in some of them just based on this issue.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one thing which I just want to mention. And the other, I'm not sure if it was last show where you nicely was explaining to someone why you wouldn't enter the dirty game of politics. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That it's discredited in some way. So I want to give you one pointer. If you heard of documentary from 2011, and it's called I Am Fishhead.
I Am Fishhead?
Yes.
I have not seen it.
Okay, take a look. It was made by two European filmmakers from Czech Republic, and the couple sentences from the synopsis talks, it is generally, I'm quoting, it is generally acknowledged that our society is shaped like a pyramid. A few at the top create the environment for the rest at the bottom.
Right.
Who are those people? So take a look if you will have a chance on this documentary. Very insightful.
Okay, I will do that.
Yeah,
I am
a
Fishhead.
Fishhead.
Okay, and it's head, right? Not hat. Fish head.
Yeah, hat.
Okay.
Like not the hat.
Gotcha.
Not H-A-T,
The
but the,
Pope wears a fish hat.
yeah, that's another
subject.
interesting thing. Yeah. So I think that's all. I'm running out of the time, and have a good show, and
Thank you.
definitely there are many interesting things to talk about.
All right, appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
We're going to check in with the phone lines. We've got 2 calls waiting. Let's go to 319. Welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jaron. How's it going?
Fantastic. Yourself?
Oh, pretty good. This is Robert.
What's up, Robert?
I appreciate the Mount Meru Summit. That was a great attendance. That was great.
Thank you. We enjoyed it.
It was a good time. But I wanted to curious to ask a question.
Okay.
I'm active on TikTok. I've got enough followers to do the live streaming or whatever.
Nice.
Curvature_nope, if anybody can find. But I was in a conversation the other night. It was
curvature_nope.
Yes, sir.
All right, I like it.
And I was in. It was actually pretty simple. It was nice. But we were in the conversation about that inverse square law of light.
Right.
And I was explaining how, at these distances, you wouldn't be able to see these stars.
Okay.
At the distances they claim. And he jumped to, the way light travels in quote unquote outer space, the void. And I really didn't know how to.
So what did he say? What was the difference about being in outer space?
That the light would be able to travel further. The inverse square law of light wouldn't apply.
To light in space?
Yeah, that was his argument.
Why? Because light doesn't spread out?
Not sure. I didn't really know how to get to understanding how he used that as his defense.
I'm pretty sure that if you shot a light inside of a vacuum chamber, it's going to disperse. No different than...
Okay.
So I don't know, but I'd have to check on that one. But regardless, is even if they do have some sort of miracle in space that allow... Well, then you have to go by the paradox that says, why isn't the entire night sky white? There is a septillion stars. So if every star is able to reach Earth, then we should be blanketed in light. It should be as bright as day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I appreciate that. I didn't know how to respond to his defense.
And I've actually never heard anybody say that it would be any different with light in space versus light here on Earth. But I'm not really sure about that. I'd have to look into that.
Yeah, that was...
Because again, space is a made-up place, right? I mean, it's a made-up concept that has bendy space-time and has the fabric of space. And it's just... I mean, time is not something that can be altered like they say it is, right? Oh, well, if you're traveling this fast, then you actually slow down time. And if you go on this, then you actually speed up time. No. Time cannot be maneuvered. It's not a thing. Time is a concept.
I think it was Witze who had said something about how time was man-made, more or less.
Correct. It's a convention made by men about, you can say, what did we use to come up with time? Well, we use the whatever you want to call it, either the day-night cycle, the spin of the Earth, the orbit of the sun, whatever. And we just called it time. But you can't, it's a concept. It can't be changed. I mean, you could change it, but the actual amount of time passing will always be the same, right? So like, for instance, if we wanted to call a day instead something else, we call it something else. We can call a year something else, but nothing actually changes. Right?
Okay,
the world operates as the world operates. If we call that a day, we could call the moon a day, and then a day would be 24 hours and 50 minutes. Or we could call from the first light up as day, not at midnight, or whatever we want. But it's just a man-made convention, and it's not concrete. It's not something that can bend, or it's not something that can change or dilate because of the speed of items, just because you really want your globe Earth to be true.
Oh, for sure. Well, I heard my timer.
right.
I just want to shout out, though, that I got the Weiss's app and the new notification. My phone popped while I was on the phone call.
Nice. We have a new member.
Absolutely.
All right, take it
All
easy.
right, man. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Okay, we're going to go to 517, and then we'll go back to the StreamYard. Get in line if you want. Cornerism. tinyurl.com/cornerism. What's up, 517?
Hey, brother. Hey.
What's up?
You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm listening, man. I thought that was great. That dude wasn't really with it. I don't think.
Did you already called in?
But yeah, I've called in several times. I like you, man.
Yeah, right. But you call in once per night.
I want to get on your motherfucking. I want to get on your radio show or something.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm no joke, man.
No, you're the
People
shit.
like me. Yeah, I am.
For sure.
Pretty basically.
Oh, I know it.
But you've noticed, or you just talking to me funny?
Do you have something to say, or else I got to go to the other people?
Well, what I do have to say is that I wouldn't. I know what you're talking about, and I like it, man.
All right.
All these people everywhere have tried to turn me down and turn me wrong. And I know I'm not wrong. I've lost a lot of friends over the kind of stuff you're saying.
I know it.
Yeah. And I know I'm right.
Well,
and
yeah, and even if you didn't know you're right, there's no problem with thinking outside the box. It should be celebrated. That's how every invention or discovery came about.
Well, yeah. Hey, Jeranism, how come everybody's always asking me for money?
Who's everybody?
Why is that? Right, is it because I'm so fucking stupid? Right, is it because I'm so dumb? Is it because I'm so dumb? Right, or is it because maybe they're dumb? Or maybe they just aren't informed. I don't understand.
Yeah,
like I say, man, I've turned from like having big money trucks and stuff and whatever. I don't have anything anymore. All I have is radio control cars. And I seen them girls were making fun of me on your show.
There's no girls on the show.
Well, I saw them. You look back and you'll see. And they should probably be admonished for that, or they shouldn't be celebrated for that. That's all I know. I don't know what they was doing for that. Calling me Toy Tonka or whatever, Tamaya, or
Just let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. Deep breath in. Namaste.
Well, I will let it go.
Yes.
I will let it go, but I didn't like it.
It's those girls, it's their loss. They don't get to enjoy everything that you are.
I sometimes call girls over to my house.
Right, and they don't get to come now.
Yeah, and it's not a big deal, and that's fine. Whatever you say, man.
All right, I gotta let you go. We'll talk next time.
Brother.
Next week. Call back next week.
Call me, hey.
No, I'm not calling you next week. You call me. We got one more call. Let's go to 760, then we'll go back to StreamYard. Go ahead, 760. If anybody else calls in twice, you're going to get dumped. Yes, what's up?
Hey, Jaron, how you doing?
Good, you.
I had a question for you. I don't know if you've ever flown to Australia or
No.
New Zealand, have you?
Never. You want to buy me a ticket?
Okay. Well, yeah, it was a one-time adventure for my wife and I, but yeah, it takes up a whole day of your life. That's for sure. That's one hell of a long flight.
Now, let's just speak on that real quick before I start your time. I just want to point something out. People on Earth can't stand a 14-hour flight. I went to the Philippines once. It was about 14 hours flight, and people got off the plane. They look like death. They hate each other. People are yelling. People are sweaty. It's disgusting. People get sick. Yet people want to go fly to Mars, which will just take 8 months. And if you can't do a 14-hour flight, you can easily do 8 months. 8 months is like nothing. You just get in the capsule and you go there. I mean, if somebody takes a nasty shit and the whole craft needs to smell it for 8 months, just life sucks. But Elon will save us. It's coming right around the corner.
Yeah, I mean, no, yeah, I think ours was like a 16-hour flight to Sydney, but I mean, it was, I don't know, I'm not interested in doing it again. But my question was, yeah, you're absolutely right about that. There's no way you're going to go 6 months. So something strange happened. My wife and I, we fly to Europe every other year or so. We always fly into Poland, and we do a lot of international traveling. We're retired.
Nice.
And we see a lot. We see the world. Okay.
Yeah.
And we see it from ships, planes, trains, you name it. We see it from everything. And so we're flying to Australia. We're about 2 hours from Sydney, I guess. It's the middle of the night sometime. I don't remember what time it was. It seemed like it was the middle of the night. It was nighttime. We were a couple hours from Sydney.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I look out. We're sitting on the left side of the plane, and I'm sitting at the window seat. So I look out, and I see the sun. I see the sun rising. So I tap my wife, and I say, "Hey, look, the sun's coming up." And I'm thinking, "Oh, this is nice. You know, we'll get a change of view here. We'll get to see some ocean. Blah blah blah." So I go, "Okay, well, I'll just wait and let it come up a little more, you know." And so I sit in my seat, and I go, "What happened? It's dark. I don't see no sun anymore." So I look out the window again. The sun's gone. I mean, we've never seen that. We both just looked at each other like, "What? How's it possible that the sun was coming up and now the sun's gone?" We've never seen that. We've never outrun the sun. We've never caught up to the sun in a plane. You know, if the sun's setting, it sets. If it comes up, it comes up. We've
Right.
never seen the sun start to come up and then disappear. So I didn't know if you had heard that from anybody, if that makes any sense to you, because it never made any sense to us.
The only way it would make sense is if you started to go in a direction away from it. Right? So let's say you are traveling, let's say it's southwest, heading towards Sydney,
Right.
and you start to see the sun come up. But for whatever reason, the plane then kind of banks slowly and starts heading northwest. I could see it dipping back too far to see. But that would be the only way that I could.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it just, we had never seen it before, so I thought, well, that's really strange. And I started thinking about the, you know, flat Earth map versus the round globe Earth and all this stuff, and I just thought that's really strange. From my perspective, anywhere I've ever been on Earth, we've been on the top of mountains, we've been in the middle of the oceans on cruise ships, we've been everywhere you can imagine.
Hold on one second. I'm just trying to think in my head. You said it was doing on the left side of the plane?
Yeah, we were sitting on the left side of the plane. Yeah.
Okay.
And like I said,
and you were 2 hours from Sydney?
And it's gone. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That all is weird. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it is, and I still haven't made any sense of it. But you know, what I was going back to saying is that, you know, when you're out in the middle of the ocean on cruise ships and you're up on mountains and, you know, and you just never see any sign of a curve, and it just, I mean, when I'm out there in the ocean, it's like, this is flat. I mean, this is just flat. Everywhere I can look, as far as the eyes can see, this is just flat, man. You know?
Yeah.
So it's you know, you see lights out there in the middle of the ocean at night. You just see them out there for so many miles and miles and miles. You're so far away from these things. It takes hours to get there by the ship. You know, it's like a beacon light or something. It's hours to get there, and it's like, this is just flat. You know, there just can't be no curve here. You know, I wouldn't have seen that beacon light that I was looking at for 2 hours. You know,
right?
It's really, really bizarre. But anyway, just to have that question for you. I appreciate the chance to speak and love the show, man. Keep up the good work, and
appreciate it.
You know, let's figure this out. Let's figure this thing out. I'm hoping there's a definitive answer one day where people can say, okay, you know, here it is. You know, because we're not going to get it from NASA. That's for sure.
No, they're just hiding shit. All right, well, I appreciate the call.
Yeah, thank you.
Later. All right, let's go back to StreamYard and check who we got there. People lined up like crazy. Harmon, I was going to talk about you today.
Well, you have my permission to talk about me anytime you want, good, bad, or indifferent.
Most of the time, it's not going to be good.
Attention's attention. I like it.
You're like me. Hey, so this is what I figured out about the times being different on the equinox thing is, if you can imagine, when the sun is rising and it just barely peeks its little head above the horizon, right? That's the time of sunrise. Okay. So then what should be the case is that when the bottom of the sun hits the other horizon, that should be the end of daytime, but it's not. It's not until the top of the sun again hits the horizon. So to have equal day and equal night shouldn't ever happen, or it should be a few days off everywhere, because you actually have the whole length of the sun is different.
Right. It's up to 6 months because we don't know the pattern for sure of directly what the sun does.
No, just letting you know that that's part of the reason that will definitely keep it to be a problem.
That's funny. I was going to ask you the same kind of question. Not now, but now I thought about it. I thought it through the week. Now, why is it hotter? Like Blythe, California, where I was born and raised, is considered one of the hottest spots in the nation. But the sun's never directly over us, but it's always definitely over what we call the equator.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't it hotter there than what I am? I don't know. Who knows?
So Blythe is kind of near me, or no?
No, Blythe's on the Arizona. It's on the Arizona desert, California desert, on the border.
Okay, is it below or above sea level?
It's like 200 feet.
Oh, so that's not going to do anything. And you say it's one of the hottest places?
Yeah, it's always one of the hottest places. If you look on the nation's high temperature, it's Blythe, California. That or Gila Bend, Arizona.
Well, I mean, Death Valley is the number one place, right?
Not always. No, not even close. They have some of the hottest temperatures. I think 131. We're always into temperatures because that's what we're known for.
Right.
And but that's about it. But but we're one of the hottest places overall that has the high temperatures through the year.
I don't know.
Anyway, but why is it hotter there and not over the equator if the sun's that way? That I don't know.
Well, that I don't know either, but there's not a lot of places that are right under the equator.
Well, you got Quito and all those places supposedly right on the equator, what we call the equator, but there is not an equator, so you're right.
It's a little anyway, but again, and I do think that land does heat up, right? So
who knows?
Well, I mean, I think there's heat. There's heat coming from underneath us too.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was going to say on the P-Brain thing, I was his first Patreon ever, and I still do. And I don't care about his personal beliefs and stuff. I love his things. Even last week, after he did some stuff about you still referenced him on the way he views, and he sees the lines going not parallel. They go down to the point of view. So I give you props on that. You still use his info because it's good.
Right.
And forget what he thinks about he's offended or something like that. I don't follow you because of your religious views, and I don't follow him because of his religious views. I do it because of the work you guys have done.
Right.
I wish people could get over that. Anyway, that video you sent me and you put on your links is about the Stargazer balloon where it had those funny stars and stuff.
Yes.
Well, I looked at it. That's a real doctored film. That's not organic at all. Those stars and stuff that they had on there, that was from the 1902 movie Trip to the Moon.
Really?
But they've added that on there. If you go look at the Trip to the Moon from 1902 and look at their stars and stuff, it's the exact same ones.
So I wonder how those people copyright that.
Hey, if it's done by NASA or somebody who's really doing it, it wouldn't be hard.
Yeah, I did.
Right.
Let me see. So 1902 Trip to the Moon. That's what that image is from.
The last image where you see all those stars painted.
Yeah, you've seen the whole movie.
Yeah, I've watched it several times.
Yeah, so have I, but I don't remember that part.
Oh yeah, they showed the when they're taking off, they have that part in there.
Okay. I did not know.
Maybe if you just type in your Trip to the Moon and look at and go to images.
Well,
to
I'm
that
looking
movie.
right here and seeing. I'll show everybody so you can see what I'm doing. So, I don't know if they can see that. Hold on. Not good. Let me go to YouTube only. There we go. So we're just looking real quick. I'm just scrubbing through. It is great though. Isn't this a funny movie that they have all the magicians and the wizards, and they're the ones who say, "Oh, we're going to go to the moon," and they take off their wizard hats and they become scientists instead. Pretty funny.
If you probably just typed it into Google and went to images, I bet you your images would show something like that.
I'm just getting there. Oh, look at that rising Earth. Oh, it's so amazing. Let's see here. So they have like these stars. That's not good.
Yeah, I seen it where they painted it all.
Let me see. I don't see anything, but
Go to Google and type in images and see what happens.
For the name of the movie?
Yeah.
Trip to the Moon 1902?
Yeah.
1902 trip to the moon.
I could've-
Images.
Is it in there anywhere?
Not that
No.
I see. But I would be shocked if that's not from that mission. I guess.
But I know I've seen one from a movie like that back then.
Okay, I'll have to look for it.
I'll find it.
Yeah, and then see if we can find like the original. I don't know, maybe news footage or something of that particular balloon
Stargazer.
launch.
It's called the Stargazer balloon.
Yeah, it's good to look into. I like stuff like that. I'm writing it down here.
Yeah, I'm 99% sure that I saw it in one of those old, because I've been to all those old movies. I thought it was a trip to the moon because they had stuff like that. And I'll go through it all and get better information for you next time.
Sounds good.
And again, bravo on you for just don't worry about the pea brain. He's done a lot of good work with shadows and eyesight and everything like that. So that's all we got to worry about.
Yeah, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I know people don't do the same, but well, what are you going to do?
He just got offended.
Yeah, it sounds like it. But again, if you're secure in your beliefs, you don't act like that.
That's true.
So, all right, have a good one.
All right, you take care, buddy.
Later. All right, let's go to the next caller. We've got Nick Sanjetta.
Hey, what's up, Jaron?
How are
you?
you?
Hear me?
Yes.
Good. Yep, I called in last week under Nick Havoc. But
Oh
this
yeah.
is my...
No, and actually, the guy who was just on, Harmon, wanted to talk to me after and wanted to really give you some kudos and talk about your old channel. You still have the channel?
Not really.
Okay.
I pretty much switched over to my Nick Sanjetta channel, and I just do hiking and stuff on there, and
I
make nature videos, and it's really not like a controversial. Like I don't talk about stuff on there. It's pretty much for the normal people.
Probably smart.
So, yeah, but I had the other videos on my Nick Havoc channel, but I just really wasn't too proud of those videos. They really weren't like produced very well and stuff. So I don't know. I don't really have those up anymore, but I did have one video up. I could make it public again, but this whole thing, like, I mean, I'm totally like flat earth and everything. Went out and done my own tests with water, and I think the best way to do it is with the mirror, because that's
absolutely
undebatable. But yeah, I was only able to do it about 4.5 miles.
Oh, they'll still debate it. They'll still debate it all day.
Yeah. I mean, it's totally obvious. Like, there's no way a helicopter is going to be hiding behind, a lake at 6 miles or something like that. That's totally laughable.
That was so stupid.
Oh, it's just like, God, how can they put that out? But I did have a video once where, like, I was out watching the moon one night, and I was, and this star was coming at the moon. It was Aldebaran, the star Aldebaran, and I caught it on the night where Aldebaran eclipsed the moon. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get the best footage ever. Here comes the star. I'm going to get it going through the moon, and you're going to be able to see it like through the moon. It's going to be the best thing ever. It totally went behind the dark. I mean, it didn't go through the moon. It went behind the dark side, and it popped out on the other side.
I saw the same thing with Venus. So
Yeah. It's like I couldn't see through the moon. So when I hear like flat earthers go with that, it kind of like makes me cringe.
I don't like it either.
It's like you can't see through the moon, but and the only reason I know that's because I saw it myself.
I always hear people say they have seen it, or they've seen Mars through it, or they've seen a star through it. I don't. You've never heard me say that because I have never seen it.
No, I've never really heard you say that, but I've heard other people, make videos and stuff. It's like, man, that's so cringy. But
oh, don't get me wrong, flat earthers are quite cringy.
You've had some call on tonight, man. A guy calling about his RC car. That was awesome.
Don't talk shit about him, or else you have to get admonished. He said.
Just reminds me of the crap that pulls up in my YouTube feed. It's like I bought the most expensive RC car on Amazon or something. Like, oh my God,
I can't stand that stuff,
dude. It's ridiculous.
And that people have no problem with shit like that. No problem at all. It's just the greatest thing in the world. But yeah, I just don't understand. Yeah, all the money being spent on that and donated. It's like I couldn't believe there's people crying and complaining on Facebook about somebody who's not me or is not Austin that set up a GoFundMe for Austin because of what happened with what's his name, Bryant, falling through with the debate, and then because they couldn't attend the baby shower or whatever, they started a GoFundMe for him, and people are just crying in there. Like, what is this guy doing? Why doesn't he get a job? Why doesn't he do? It's like, holy smokes, people are just such crybabies.
Yeah.
Crybabies everywhere.
It's ridiculous.
It's like if you don't want to donate to somebody, don't donate.
Right.
Whoa, that's tough.
Dude, you're like a troll magnet, man. Your ability to like, I mean, how many months has it been now? And Nathan's still making videos about you. It's
On and
like
on and
unbelievable, man.
Not just videos, but 3-hour conversations, 3-hour debates.
I know. I literally popped in there the other day for 10 seconds. I was like, let me hear. Your name came up within 10 seconds. I was like, oh my God, they're still talking about him. This is unbelievable.
Oh, it's so sad.
These guys swing from your nuts like your third ball or something.
You're telling me. You're telling me. I didn't know. I've always felt they were kind of heavy, but now I realize why. It's 'cause those guys just will not get off of them.
But real quick, I got 10 seconds. I just want to know if you've ever heard of the book Caesar's Messiah. I know how you like to question the Bible. Okay, yeah, you probably heard of that.
Yeah, I read it.
I thought that was really good. That's like one of the best explanations I think I've ever heard put together that makes sense to me. I don't really know too much about the Bible. I'm not all into it, but that seemed to just surface level. That seemed to like make sense to me a little bit, how they would make that book up to control the Jews because the Jews weren't into the Roman gods. Like, we're not going to accept your Roman gods. So, well, how can we get these people? Well, we'll just make up their own God for them.
Right.
But anyways, cool. Well, I appreciate you having me on.
All right. Well, thanks.
Take care.
Later. Let's go with Charlie. Welcome to the show.
I don't really know too much about the Bible.
Charlie, can you hear me? Charlie, what you need to do is you need to turn off the volume on the YouTube side and then turn up the volume here at StreamYard. Maybe he'll figure it out. Charlie, if you can hear me, I know you're on a delay, but you need to turn up the volume here at StreamYard and turn it off on YouTube or Rokfin.
I'm sorry, Jaron.
Go ahead.
Am I okay now?
Yes. He's on a delay.
Yes. Oh.
Go.
I apologize.
Go ahead.
Is this better?
Yes, go.
Okay. Hey, thanks, Jaron, for coaching me. Yeah, I did want to share about the circumference of the Earth, the so-called, 8 inches per mile squared. People talk about that. And one time I was, I live in the Los Angeles area, and I was driving on the 105 freeway going eastbound in traffic. And there was a lot of traffic. I'm in the fast lane. And I started thinking about the curvature. Where's the curve, right? People talk about it. And, I started leaning against my window, driver's side, like this. And the freeway was straight. But then I got to the point where by the 405, the freeway actually on the 105, there's a long radius that goes that way, sideways. And then the people in the fast lane were going, and I had a line of cars, line of sight. But the fast lane folks were doing this curve, and they were getting out of my line of sight because of all the traffic. And then I started thinking, the 8 inches per mile squared curvature of the Earth, whatever, only works sideways. It doesn't work, forward and beyond or backwards. It works sideways, like circumnavigation. What do you think, Jaron?
Well, if it's can you hear me, or are you on the same as me?
I can hear you.
Oh, good. Okay, I didn't know if you were still on delay. Well, if it's on a ball, then it needs to be the curvature is the same every direction.
That's right. But if that isn't true, then for them to share a calculation, remember the equator. The equator is interesting, right? Circumnavigate. Why do they measure the equator as the 26,000 miles or whatever that number is?
24,901. Yeah.
It's a thing. They make it a point that at the equator, that's the radius of the Earth, the ball, the whole thing, no matter which way. But really, if you want curvature, the only way you see it is in a horizontal view. And I started to come to a realization that if you curve or the calculation only works horizontally. So for example, Jaron, if you were to lay down flat and you can do the 8 inches per mile squared, lay down flat and do this way, then it works because you're drawing that line, and then you can see things fall into, what we believe is the vanishing point. The Globers will say that it's the curve of the Earth, but it's the curve of the radius. Terms mean things, right? Words mean things. If you do the calculation, it's the curve of the radius. Can be done in any dimension, in any measurement, but it has to be done in this way, where you need the land, you need the space.
I'm going to think about that. You might be right.
Yeah, just think about it. It came to me when I was in the freeway, seeing the cars go into the vanishing point of my line of sight in traffic. And I look, they're falling into the vanishing point, but it was the so-called whatever.
Okay.
I hope this helps people. I hope it helps you. But look, hey man, there was people from Cincinnati. I'm a Bengals fan. We were there. We can take it this year. Cheerio, everybody.
I don't know about that. You got to check with Zach Hubbard. He knows all the answers.
I don't know about
36
that.
and 7 and 5 and 43. Cheers.
Big ups, Jaron.
We've got Party Poet in the house. We're going to start your clock, and I can pretty much say what you're going to say. Go to Legal Ibis and drink pee and do it because it'll keep your kid healthy. Go ahead.
Did you ever go to Legal Ibis out of curiosity?
I did. I signed up, remember?
Yeah. Did you go past that day you looked and
No.
That's it?
That's it so far.
Because the way I figured it, I would give you $1,000 if you proved me wrong, and if you wanted to play that game.
Now I want to play that game. Now I like how you're talking. So $1,000 if I go through the process and get nothing.
No, if you actually prove it wrong. You don't actually, the process would take months. Proving it wrong wouldn't take that long.
How would I prove it wrong besides going through the process?
Well, I'm sure if you took a look at it and said, see, it says this, and this is based on what I've seen, it couldn't possibly work. There you go. So something like that.
My biggest issue, what would you do if you don't have credit cards?
I would talk to someone and basically say, you try it, and then afterwards co-sign me some credit cards so I get some faster credit. Because if you go doing it, you'll get like shit as far as like what your credit will be. But if someone with decent credit signs up, you'll get 20, 30 grand right off the bat, and it'll take you a few months to make it free. And off you go.
Now, what did you mean by saying that people get a house?
Right. That takes about 1.5 years to 2 years.
Okay.
It's just time.
Yes.
The whole process takes time, phone calls and writing letters. That's pretty much it. So,
all right, legalibis.com. It's legalibus.com if people want to follow up on this way of getting things for free.
Right. And basically, if you prove it wrong, I'd shoot you $1,000 for saving me the effort.
Okay.
If you wanted to do it that way. But I was hoping that was pretty much everything I had to say as far as that goes. And if you're interested, how to set that up would be great.
All right. Anything else?
No, not really.
Okay. Have a good one.
You too.
All right. We got Brenda Debates up next, but I will go ahead and give you a warning, Brenda. You're on a super short leash. You're getting 3 minutes. And also, I find it peculiar that Stuart has said, not Stuart. What's the guy's name? Bryant Myers, who is, you know how like Seinfeld talked about an over talker or he is the over emailer. Okay. Guy emails like it's paragraphs and paragraphs, goes on and on, never answers your questions, never explains himself, never says anything that's even remotely close to what I'm talking about. But this time he had to email me and say, I owe Brenda an apology for how I treated her last week. And then shows a clip to his audience that is, of course, cut, doesn't show the beginning of it, doesn't mention the fact that this person lies about me continuously, doesn't understand math, doesn't understand the experiment that she thinks she does, doesn't understand the 8 inches per mile squared, just can't even tell me what the earth curves in 8 inches, in 8 miles. I'm sorry, in a mile. She couldn't tell me that. I tried telling her what's 3 times 3, couldn't get that right either. So I find it hilarious, but I do not owe Brenda an apology. Not until I receive an apology for constantly calling me a liar and a grifter, and then hanging out with known liars and grifters. So we're going to bring Brenda on. Brenda, you got 3 minutes, and I'd be real careful. I'm in the mood to send you packing.
Yeah, 3 times 3 is 9.
Oh, thank you. That's good. Where
It
were you
wasn't
last week?
important. And by the way, 8 inches per mile squared is a decent approximation of the curvature of the Earth.
Great.
Yeah, that is correct. It is not a good way of finding a mount hidden. That is what it's not good at.
Okay, but did you, after you've watched the experiment that I did, is that the correct math for the experiment I did?
No.
Okay.
Because you were looking for the amount hidden.
Okay.
Right. So I did go to Bryant and to MC Toon and talk to them, right? And I agree with Bryant and his exposing Jeranism or Jeran. He shows that, number one, you didn't do any due diligence. You said that was the Earth. That was Saturn. Where did you get the images?
Here we go again.
Where did you get the images from?
You're worthless to argue with. The picture was of Earth. Saturn was also in the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I said it was the Earth.
That's the title of it, was Saturn.
Yeah, but it's the Earth. The bright light that you see straight ahead is the Earth. Okay, see, this is the thing. You heard something from someone, and you come to my show and think you can repeat it, but you're wrong. What Saturn is the little dot up near the craft.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not, I didn't get anything wrong.
Right.
I completely explained what we were looking at.
Right. So it was due to exposure.
That's what you say. But again, there's no history of any exposure happening in one frame. So you just because you say words doesn't mean we have to believe you.
So do you think that there's a constant stream of data coming from it? No, that's not how it works.
How does it work then?
It mixes in with the other data, right? And it's not a priority to get the video stream. Right? The other data is more important.
Okay, so then find
Bryant told you this. Bryant told you this in the emails.
I don't talk
and
to
you've
Bryant.
got quite the mouth on you.
I do.
Quite the potty mouth.
I do. That's good.
Yeah.
I believe that.
You're terrible. You're a terrible person. You were terrible.
I'm a terrible
to
person.
Me.
Terrible.
Yes, you were. You were very rude to me and very rude to Bryant.
Rude to him and you.
Yes.
Both you guys.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and you didn't deserve it at all. You guys have been right on. Everything you've said has been true. Everything Brian said has been true. I agree.
Well, we get to the truth, though, right? So the truth is that, you know, it's not a constant stream like in a television.
Okay, so
right?
can you please?
It's data being transferred over many miles.
Okay, so find me another example of it.
Example of what?
The
of dropping frames.
The exposure going out in one frame.
Does it really go out in one frame? Isn't there a frame prior that is lower in
No, of course. See, this
luminance?
is the problem.
Yes.
This is the problem. You watch Bryant tell you lies, and you think that he's telling the honest truth. Bryant went to later in that video to show you that. That's not from what. Yeah, but
so that would be another case where the exposure was changed, right?
Right, and it happened in multiple frames.
There you go.
It happened in multiple frames. It faded out. It faded in.
Yeah. So what?
That's.
This happens all the time. How do you know how much time was between that dropped frame?
It's a real time footage.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
How much time was dropped?
What do you mean?
How much time is missing?
There's no time missing.
You have a sequence of images. A frame is dropped and then picked up again. How do you know how much time is in there?
How do you know that?
I don't know because I don't know.
How do you know that there's a frame dropped?
How much time? You said there was.
I said that the craft disappears in one frame. In one frame, it's there. The next frame, it's gone.
Yeah, you said there's frames are dropped.
When did I say frames are dropped?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
That's what I thought you said.
When?
The time when you presented this information.
I presented the information because the craft goes from being there to not being there in one frame. There is no way that there's any kind of adjustment on a camera that when you're shooting something and then it's going to change its exposure.
Don't know that.
I do know that. I hate when you say that.
Don't.
Have you ever used a camera?
It's just exposure.
Right. So when exposure changes, the camera has to adjust to the new exposure. That's what cameras do. They don't instantly in 1/30th of a second change to the new exposure. Unless you're in your world, you and Brian, who believe anything that NASA tells you. NASA could tell you that there are actually testicles in space, and you guys would be the biggest testicle fans ever tomorrow. Running around asking where you can get shirts of testicles and hats of testicles. Be impressive.
Right. So the whole point is that
you have no point.
Is clearly an exposure issue.
Of course, to people who believe in lies and people who trust liars, yes, it is exposure to you guys. I agree.
No.
And thank goodness there's people like me in the world. Thank God there's people who actually look into things and who don't just succumb to whatever the mainstream says.
So what was the ISO setting on that camera?
I have no idea.
And what was the shutter speed on that camera?
I don't know. None of those
things. What was
things,
the aperture? What was the aperture on that GoPro?
None of those things have anything to do with having in one frame.
Yes, they do.
Oh boy. So show me that. Get your camera. Get your camera and go prove it.
Brian did.
What do you mean?
He, in his video, he shows you. He does it himself.
No.
Yes, he does.
Well, I didn't get that far.
He shows you how in his own room he has a lamp, right? And the rest of the room is all in blackness, even though it really isn't,
and
because of the exposure of the camera.
It happens in one frame.
Did you watch his video at all?
No, I told you I don't listen to liars.
Of course not.
No, not when I no.
Of course not. You're not interested in the truth.
Oh, that's why I started the video. I started the video until he lied about me. Then I turned it off. That's how I work. That's how I operate.
Oh, so you're just a big baby then?
Yes, I do not want to listen to people who are lying about me. They don't really have the best information for me to take in. I don't think. Right? I would choose to listen to people who don't tell lies about me. Like McToon is another one. I would never listen to that guy ever again. He has a video that says, Jaron admits the Earth is a globe.
Yes, you did.
Well, you're gone. Later, dipshit. I mean, you got to be kidding me with these people. You've got to be kidding me. When did I admit that it's a globe? I don't even need to watch the video to know that can't be true. So whatever trying gotcha they got, they must have some little thing where they're like, oh, when he mentions this, he must mean the globe or something. I don't know. I'm not going to watch the show. That's what I'm not going to do. Let's go to the call board. See who's there. Brenda, here, I mean, speaking of gay, calling the show every single week, even though you say I'm a liar. See, that's what I don't understand. Because I find that Brian and McToon are liars, you don't find me in their chat every single one of their shows. You don't find me calling into their show, waiting on hold just to talk to them. Why not? Because they're worthless to me. That's easy to figure out. But yet, you who think I'm a liar and think I'm a grifter want to show up and wait in line to talk to me every single week. I think it's gay. 508, welcome to the show.
Open up your aperture and let me come inside. What's up, bro?
In one frame, yes.
Yep, dude, how you been, man? I'm just got home. I've been on the hold for like, I don't know, 30 minutes driving home.
That's not true. You've been on hold for 18 minutes. Nice try, though.
I hung up because I went to push my
Oh, here we go. We hung up. Oh, boy, now it all comes out. All right.
Dude, I gotta hand it to you, Jaron, because I could never, ever deal with that like you do. I couldn't even call him her because I don't call a dog a cat. And I just
well, wait. What if the dog wants to be called a cat?
Then it doesn't matter. It's still a dog.
Okay.
But anyway, dude, above the RC guy, that guy, I don't know, man.
Above the what?
The RC guy, the guy with the RC car. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I just didn't hear you say that.
I thought that was Brenda, but there's no way that Brenda's RV. There's just
no way.
Freaking way.
No, I just listened. I listened for it now.
Dude, I don't know if you remember me, Jumper. My wife and I were married on 11/11/11.
Yeah, I do.
11 a.m. Yep, just like you do. My wife passed, bro, in February.
I know you told me. I can't believe it. Yes, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Dude, it ripped me apart. Dude, not only that, my upstairs neighbor passed, right? Well, it was there for 10 years. My neighbor across the street passed, and all these people were all vaxxed up, bro. My wife, I don't think she got vaxxed, but I don't know. She wouldn't even take friggin' aspirin or anything like that. But I kind of.
Did she have a job that may have? Did she have a job that may have required it?
Yeah, she did, bro. And she was bringing in the cake, man. She worked with, handicapped people. She would have to carry them in and out of the vehicle. She was the manager of the building, but so many people would call in that she was actually doing the work herself,
So don't you think they would have required her to get the vaccine?
They did, but there's ways around that. I don't want to discuss on YouTube. But then the second part came up, and I don't know if she wouldn't tell me if she did, you know what I mean? And I don't, we were very honest with each other, but she got shingles, right? She had shingles, and the day after, we went to the doctor, and they said, well, we're going to have to stay home for a week. And the day after the doctor, on January 31st, we came home, and it just went downhill from there. She passed in my arms. It was the worst thing I've fucking dealt with.
I can't even imagine.
It's just, dude, I know, man. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just still working. If it wasn't for my cats, I wouldn't even be doing the 25-mile trip. Things don't work. But I'm like, why am I going to this house? But dude, everybody appreciate what you got, man. If you got a wife or something, rub their feet. Let the small stuff go, because it doesn't matter, man. What matters is now, today, before the past. And anyway, to get off this lame subject, that, dude, your discernment, right? One thing my father left me was good discernment. And I can tell, dude, you put your heart and soul into being correct. I know you're not deceiving anybody. You're not out there to try to get anybody. I can tell this, dude. I was given good discernment. And these people, I don't know what it is. I think it's the good in you that they hate, and they just got to come at you, man. It boils my blood. What are you gonna do, man?
Yeah, you can't worry about it. It's never going to change.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah. But I agree with you.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say,
I had a T-Max.
Go ahead.
I had a T-Max back in 2007. It was a Traxxas Nitro 2.5, whatever that is, 2.5 horse. Dude, that thing was do 60 miles an hour, right? The first time I fired it up, it straight away down the road. It went out of range and smashed it under the curb and destroyed it in one shot, man. I was like, okay, this $500 down the shit up. Then you start buying all these arms for them that are aluminum, and that's just even more of it's just a big money pit. But they're fun to look at and work on, but other than that, then I got into computer gaming and flat Earth and that. But I actually got into it from that Powerland video, dude, when he was wearing the shades. If they were lying to us, would they tell you?
It's a good video, yeah.
And there was no video. There was nothing on flat Earth then, you know. And then, then you guys started popping up, and dude, I can't believe Antonio's gone too, man. What the hell? I don't know if that dude. He seems like, I don't know. But, I never had a problem with Antonio. He's a little.
No, he was nice to me.
Yeah, he's all right, man. And RV was great, dude. I was a great fan, Patreon of his and shit. And just, dude, he just went off the rocker, man.
Me too. I was his patron.
I haven't seen any live streams from him or anything, dude. RV was like him and that. What was his name, man? The satellite dude. Shit. Satellite name? Oh shit! I can't think of his name, man. The guy that would call into the Soyuz satellite guy.
Bassano.
Yeah, dude. What happened to him? Where did he go?
He's still around, I think.
Yeah, that's good. I'd like to see some more stuff from him. But anyway, I'll get off the line. I just want to call in and say you got supporters out here. When I start getting out of the hole here, I'll be able to jump back on the Patreon and start taking care of stuff.
All right. Well, awesome. And thanks. And I agree with your sentiment that people should be thankful for what they have today.
Yeah, man, definitely. Give them a hug, rub their feet, you just let the small stuff go and enjoy the day you got, man, because no one's promised tomorrow. God bless you guys.
You too.
Hello, Karen B and all you people. Take it easy, man.
Peace.
Love you guys.
That is Jumpa 67. And I agree with him, though, because, the same thing happened with my mom. It's one of those things where you think, I've got 25, 30 years. So you just never think that something could happen. And then you get that call. It's like, you need to come over here. And then you realize that you'll never get to speak to that person again. So that is reason enough to, make sure you do spend some time. I think one thing I've heard before is like somebody put it in terms of like how many holidays you have. It's like if you're my age and your parents are, let's say, 65 or 70, legitimately you have 10 holidays left with them. And then you can even, reduce that a little bit, or you can say, well, what if something happens? So, I mean, really, you could have very few holidays left. So are you actually spending that time asking the questions you want to ask him? I've always said before, if I could just spend one afternoon with my grandparents again, I would love that. Or, and again, I know a bunch of people say this, but if I could spend one afternoon with my mom again, I'd love that. So again, treat every moment you have with them like that. I think that you'll be better off. Let's go back to StreamYard. We got one person here. Oh, it's Crazy Doug. Doug!
What's up, my man?
How are you?
Doing all right.
Good.
Man, just irritated with Brenda.
Oh, man. I guess I should just probably not take the call anymore. Just clueless.
No, because, I mean, dude, she says you don't want to see the truth. And show her that video of the sun fading out. Ask him what he thinks of that.
And it just makes no sense.
It destroys their whole paradigm.
Well, yeah, and then for somebody to come here and tell me I don't want to know the truth when they can't even get anything right of what they're talking about. Oh, and you got that light wrong. It's actually Saturn. No, it's not. It's the Earth. Now what? Oh, well, okay. Well, then maybe it's. And so you said it drop frames. Nope, never said that. So it's like they think that it's okay for them to lie. And this is something I've learned, and even Austin and I have been talking about it. Is that because they think they believe in the truth, they don't care that they have to lie to get there, right? And it's one of those things where I don't know if you remember. There's a show that Missa and I did. It was after a Monday Night Raw. We came to YouTube. We did an after show, and we showed people where there's a document that is for school children. It's for teachers, and it's a lesson plan about teaching about Wernher von Braun. And it tells the story about this guy who used to hang people in the prison camps, and it goes on and on. And then they tell another story about Wernher von Braun. Oh, a guy came over here and he became great with NASA, got in with Disney. He built these great things. And then it tells the students to, compare and contrast the two people. Well, the thing is that they're the same person, right? So then the end of the story is, well, did the ends justify the means? And what they're teaching children is they did. They did justify the means, that he did great things, and therefore we're supposed to. I mean, it's insane that anybody would think that way, right? And what they're actually trying to get across is that because he did great things about them, then we have to kind of forgive the things that led to that. And it even gives an example of if you come home and you find out that your friend is about to go fight in a big fight against some people at the playground, and you don't know, you tried to stop them. You say, hey, you shouldn't go, you shouldn't fight. And they're like, no, I'm going to go, I'm going to fight. You're like, no, you shouldn't go, you shouldn't fight. And then it says to go and to pop their tires on their bike. Because then when the person goes to get on their bike, they're not going to be able to get on their bike. They're going to be upset at you because you popped the tires. But in the end, you prevented the fight, and therefore you did the right thing. And it's insane that they're teaching like that. But this is how these people act. It doesn't matter how much they lie. McToon, this guy, Bryant, it doesn't matter to them because they think in their mind. That's why it's okay for Bryant to say, like, no, Paul, no, it's not brought to you by the National Oceanic and it actually says it's provided by and brought to you by and it's like he doesn't care that he's throwing people under the bus. He doesn't care he's lying because he thinks he's bringing people to the truth, even though it's just his religious beliefs.
Well, and that's pretty pathetic because we know the truth and we don't do that.
Right. We don't strawman people. I don't just lie about people. I don't put in big letters on a thumbnail, Red's rhetoric admits flat earth, because that's stupid. Right?
Right.
Yeah. But these guys put,
they'd watch that shit though. They'd love that.
Oh, long time flat earther admits it's a globe. Maybe we should watch the end of that video so I can see what the hell he could possibly be talking about. But I don't really want to because it'll just frustrate me.
Yeah, well, I was reading the comments and I posted in your Any Topic Telegram a screenshot of some Globers saying, yeah, I used to sit outside at work and we'd see the satellite fly by twice in a night.
Oh, boy.
With their eyes.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I'm like, come on. Anyways, you reminded me of what I really wanted to call for.
Oh, so did you watch that video? Do you know why when I admitted it was a globe?
No, I couldn't watch that shit, dude. No.
Yeah, I can't watch that.
No, I went for the comments just to see how many pathetic.
Well, however many comments there was that many pathetic ones.
Yes, it's disgusting. And there's a couple of people, kind of talking back, but I believe their comments are getting deleted because surely there's people going,
of course.
You guys suck. Y'all are stupid. But I really wanted you to see this or play this song about Wernher von Braun.
Oh, is it by Tom Lehman?
It's an old school song.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Well, that shit was funny as hell. I just saw it today on, I think it was Dave Zapp's channel.
Yeah, I think the name is Tom is it Tom Lehman or something like that? He did a bunch of parodies back in the day. He kind of reminds me of that guy who sits at the computer now. What's his name again? Fuck, I forget his name. I just watched his live stream the other day. He shouted me out, said he likes me. God.
Harry Mack?
No. The guy who sings like the COVID song, and I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know the song that I don't know. We listened to it the other day.
I'm pretty sure you played this song, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I played it the other day. Yeah, Tom Lehman. Wait, that's a golfer. That's not who I'm talking about. Let me see. What's the name of that guy? It's Werner von Braun. Song.
But it really looked like some '60s song, and it's like
Tom
people were laughing. So
Tom Lehrer, Lehrer. I don't think you get a copyright for playing this, do you? It doesn't matter. We'll play. I'm going to take this down from YouTube probably anyway. Let's listen to this. It's funny.
Well, speaking of bombs, what is it that makes America the world's greatest nuclear power? And what is it that will make it possible for us?
This is like the Bo Burnham of the time, right? That's who it reminds me of.
To spend $20,000 million of our taxpayers' money to put some idiot on the moon. Well, it was the great, enormous superiority of American technology, of course, as provided by our great American scientists, such as Dr. Werner von Braun. Gather round while I sing you of Werner von Braun, a man whose allegiance is ruled by expedience. Call him a Nazi, he won't even frown. Nazi schmatzi, says Werner von Braun. Don't say that he's hypocritical, say rather that he's apolitical. Once the rockets are up, who cares where they come down? That's not my department, says Werner von Braun. Some have harsh words for this man of renown, but some think our attitude should be one of gratitude, like the widows and cripples in old London town, who owe their large pensions to Werner von Braun. You too may be a big hero once you've learned to count backwards to 0. In German or English, I know how to count down. And I'm learning Chinese, says Werner von Braun.
Very funny, very funny.
I just love that you knew exactly what I was talking about too.
Sadly, I did.
All right, bro. Keep it up.
All right, take it easy. And that's going to make me bring up one subject because it kind of plays in with it. Again, for those who have issues with the H word, and if you know what I'm talking about, the H word there. Yes, I think you do. And I guess I'm not one of the people who say the H word did not happen, because they did put people in camps, just like the United States put the Japanese in camps. In fact, my dad's friend was in the camps in World War II, and describes the conditions about basically like the conditions were at Peenemünde and these other camps. And but the problem, of course, is the things that go along with it, because these were prison camps. They were labor camps. Okay. And then the United States bombed these supply routes, and there was no way to get food to them anymore. And so shit went down. Same thing could have happened here. Same thing could have happened if the Japanese bombed our supply routes or something. Then we wouldn't have been able to feed the Japanese that were housed there. And then they would have, and then, you know, Germany can make up whatever they want if they won the war. So just letting you know that. But let's watch this part here, just so you can learn what kind of person Werner von Braun was. This is actually a person who was enslaved at the Peenemünde.
Months and months and months.
Hold on, let me go back a little bit too far. There we go. Right. This is from Aaron Raymond's Did We Go?
Till the tunnel was finished and they brought us up. The first time we went out of the tunnel, We were like a bunch of blind men. We couldn't even see because we never had seen light for months and months and months. I'll go get my stuff for you. I'm going to go. This is my number in Buchenwald and Dora.
And because they didn't think you were Jewish, you did not have a tattoo. Instead, you
No,
had a patch.
that's right, yeah.
If you were Jewish, it would have been tattooed.
Tattooed.
Again, do you tattoo people before you put them in incinerators? Usually not.
Did you ever see Wernher von Braun at the rocket camp?
Yes, we all saw. I mean, anybody who was at the rocket camp saw von Braun, we saw Himmler, we even saw Goering in Peenemünde. That's the only time I saw him there. They used to hang 5 people a day in the entrance of the tunnel. I mean, who wants to see thousands of bodies, skeleton? I mean, that's all we were.
6 million.
Skeleton bodies. They didn't bother burying or anything. Like I say, you become bestial. It's like the president of a big corporation not being punished if slave labor is working in their factory.
I nominated him for the International Boss of the Year, and he won it. Because he was truly the boss of the year.
It's like a mass murder letting him loose because he invented something. You wouldn't do that in this country. You would still be in jail. You would still be. So, what can you do?
What would have happened to Wernher von Braun if he were still alive today? Behind armed guards work America's Nazi hunters, the United States Justice Department's criminal division.
Some of the key individuals responsible for the great accomplishment of Apollo 11, the landing of human beings on the moon, were deeply involved in Nazi crimes during World War II. This isn't just guilt by association. It's not just that some of them were in the SS or the Nazi Party. They were personally complicit in Nazi crimes.
So let's think, if you knew people that were personally complicit in Nazi crimes and you were going to bring them back to the United States, it would be very easy to manipulate those people to do whatever you wanted them to do, because their choices were go to prison or get hung or whatever else was decided at the hearings, or come aboard. We're going to make you the head of NASA. We're going to make you the head of the, whatever that place he was in Alabama. I can't think of the name of it. Redstone or whatever. We're going to make you, a bigwig. You're going to get friends with Disney. You're going to get to be on TV making movies. So you think that was the arrangement, or you think there might have been something else? That, what you're going to be saying isn't necessarily the truth. And somebody like that would probably put something on their tombstone that might hearken more along the lines of what they really thought. But again, these are not people that you can trust because they've been brought over here under some sort of rule or under some sort of agreement or arrangement. Let's continue.
Arthur Rudolph was Wernher von Braun's head of rocket manufacturing under both Adolf Hitler and John F. Kennedy. The Justice Department brought war crime charges against him.
But Rudolph was very much a de facto deportation. He was removed unceremoniously from the United States, and the Justice Department exposed him for what he was.
Which was?
Which was a Nazi criminal. Unfortunately, von Braun died before the U.S. government belatedly in 1979 created this office and seriously undertook to investigate Nazis living in the United States. Had he still been alive, there is no doubt that he would have become a major subject of federal investigation.
How does all this fit into my proving the moon landing was real? On one hand, von Braun may have known that he would face criminal charges if he lost his usefulness to the United States government. That would explain the motive to fake a moon landing. But on the other hand, maybe he really was developing a moon rocket, and that's why the United States government continued to cover up his Nazi criminal past. In a way, our country's
It's a cool government that we've got. Let's cover up this guy's criminal past because he made a moon rocket. And if he makes a moon rocket, we don't really care about who he killed. It's more important that he made a moon rocket. That's what's important.
Regard for his Nazi crimes helps me prove we did go to the moon. Next stop is Houston, Texas, home to Mission Control.
And by the way, Aaron Rainen has come to the conclusion, of course, that he could not find proof that we went. Again, if you're looking for that, you can search Aaron, Aron, Ranen, Did We Go? It's a 6-part series. And then we also had an interview with him. He was on my show. And then Bart Cybrell tried to do a copyright strike on it. And I said, what are you doing? That's not even you. And he's, I've talked to Aaron, and he also wants to be removed from your videos. He didn't know that you were talking flat earth or some nonsense. But again, these people don't understand what fair use means. Fair use means you take somebody else's work and you proportion it or you reassign it to another belief. They think that copyright protection, or they think that saying I'm going to use this under fair use means that I have to agree with them, when it's the actual opposite. If I were to take Aaron Rainen's work, or I were to take Bart Cybrell's work, and then I were to just repeat exactly what they say, then that is not fair use. That is copyright infringement. I'm taking somebody's work and I'm repeating it for my own self. That's not what fair use protects. Fair use protects me to use your work to say, yes, here's Bart Cybrell saying that these guys were still in orbit. Here's me saying, no, they weren't even in orbit, that they're in an airplane. This is why they're on the other side of the airplane showing you a fake cutout of the Earth. And then I reproportion it for my own use, and these guys come and want to do copyright strikes against me. Because why? I don't know. They're gay. It's kind of the theme of tonight, I think, is that most men are gay. All right, let's see if there's anybody else on the call board. Let me make sure I'm not going to give away a phone number here, because I've been known to do that. Let's go here. That's better. All right, let's go here. And we're almost done with the show, because I think we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Got that cleared? All right, this is the last phone call. We've got 641. You are the last and final call. Finish him.
Well, that's me, I believe.
It is you.
Okay.
Go.
Well, I just wanted to say that thank you, really, because I got YouTube about 2013, late 2013, I think. And I got some of Mark Sargent's, and then I got some of yours later on, I believe. And I didn't believe all that moon landing stuff since the beginning, when I first heard about it.
Now, how old are you? You sound like you maybe were around then.
No, I'm 47.
Okay. You sound, sorry, I thought you were older than that.
No, I'm from South Central Iowa. And yeah, they wheeled the cart in there like old Benjamin said, you know, when the Challenger blowed up. But before that, they wheeled that thing in there and they showed us the horse shit of it looked like tinfoil going up in the air. I don't know.
Yeah.
I figured, how the hell could they get that back to that rocket that's orbiting the moon there? But
it's insane. I don't know why anybody believes that, or why they wouldn't demand some sort of evidence or proof, but they just want to believe in authority, I guess.
And then right when I got out of school, I went to work on a dam. It was 11.2 miles away from a mile-long bridge that goes across this lake. And I could watch that, and that was always popping in my head, because I was kind of science oriented, you know. I was like, how the hell can I watch that boat, little tiny fishing boat,
right,
14 footer, 15 footer, whatever, go under that bridge, and I can watch that shadow of that bridge go all the way across that, and it just never added up. So I just, but I didn't really click onto it till you and Mark Sargent and stuff. I never heard of Savanier before that.
Nice name drop.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, it didn't really start adding up until after I got YouTube and started watching that smart TV. But when I started watching that, I was like, yeah, man, you guys are all right. You guys are all right.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So.
Any other final words?
Sorry to injure. No, not really. But keep going, man. Love you.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it. Later. So I'm looking at a message here. I don't know if I should verify this first. Somebody just messaged me and says, if you want to see McToon lying, go to 10 minutes on this video. It's a debate from 2 days ago. Toon versus Trace 1 Infinite. All right, we'll listen to this. We're going to go 10 minutes, see what this says. If somebody's to say, look at the lies, I'm guessing it will be easy to spot, but we will see. We're going to 10 minutes here and see if we can find the liar. All right, so we're at 10:10. We'll go here, 10 minutes. I started to try and listen to it, but I couldn't get there. 10. Let's go there, and we'll back it up.
That
forward is this one, Jay.
I'll scroll down here. Here's the derivation of the formula and the correct formula. Right here, formula 4 is the correct formula. You'll see here H sub H is the hidden height. And you'll see that the HO is the eye height of the observer. Now, when you use 8 inches per mile squared, where do you put in the eye height?
Nobody claims that you can use it with eye height.
Nowhere.
If you're asking me,
there's nowhere to put in the observer height to the formula 8 inches per mile squared, is there?
No, that's how much the
that's
Earth
too
curves.
many numbers and letters for me. I don't understand that. But
okay.
why would it make a difference if the water is flat?
Okay. Well, I'll just tell you, it makes a big difference when you're the one that brought up the math. So I'm going to just say that I'm going to use the correct math instead of the incorrect math. If you don't know the math, that's fine. You don't have to know the math. You could maybe ask somebody that does understand math to go over the
Hey, whoever sent this to me, tell me where we're finding the lie. I don't hear
anyway,
lying yet.
If you want to test it, you can test it. This is all reviewable for anybody. And so all of this below here is the derivation, and the stuff above it is the derivation of the math where it comes to. But this number 4, that's the formula. When you plug in the formula for an observer height of 2 meters, which is about 6 feet, right?
Okay.
Target distance of 8 kilometers. And a target size, doesn't matter the target size. It's what we want to see is the hidden height. So right there, the hidden height approximately, because you don't know.
Wait. Maybe that's what you're talking about. What did he say? Hold on. Let's see if I heard that right.
And a target size, doesn't matter the target size. It's what we want to see is the hidden height.
It doesn't matter the target size. What do you mean?
So right there, the hidden height approximately, because you don't know the weather conditions, but 0.029 meters, so about 2 or 3 centimeters hidden height is predicted on the globe.
And what distance? Oh, right. Observer height 2 meters, so he's 6 foot off the ground. Target distance 8 miles. Okay. Target size 10. No. I see what you're saying. I see it. Okay. So I'm guessing this guy did some sort of observation, and McToon is telling him that he's wrong about it. But he has here target size of 10. So what is the item that the guy's looking at? Like, was it really 10 meters, the size? Is that Bislin's calculator? It looks like it, huh? I don't know how to, I've never even used it. Bislin, Walter Bislin. I don't know what the name of the site is. Let's type in Walter Bislin. I'm gonna check something real quick. I don't know what this guy was trying to find. Walter Bislin's finding the curvature of Earth. Target, no, I don't know where to find that calculator thing. 1 second. We have over here. I'm not sure where you get there from the curve. Does he talk about it?
The curve.
Yeah,
And what did you do? You don't know. All right. Well, I've done the calculation here. I'll show it to you here. So, because 8 inches per mile squared is the wrong formula, because that does not tell you how much bottom up obstruction you should see.
It's
I'm
it talks
glad
about
to
drop.
send you the derivation of that if you want. But let me.
Nobody's ever said anything different. They say the Earth curves 8 inches per mile squared.
So you can see what I'm talking about here.
Which is
Just
correct.
A second. What beverage do you have on tap today?
Show me how you get to this curvature
It's
thing.
some coffee. It is not tea because I'm not tea. I'm drinking coffee to try to wake up the senses and sentiment.
Where do they
reach
get
the
these guys?
highest
What's
levels
this
of
guy
the
doing?
firmament, because there is no outer space unless you're talking about past Antarctica and its base of the icebergs, and this is just the tip.
Oh boy, this guy
So
got a
check it out.
rapper?
Bless the power of the word and hip hop it diggity 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 don't stop.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Do you see what I sent you there?
Yeah, but how do we get there?
Yes, I see it.
Where the
All
hell
right.
is this?
So, all right.
I don't know. If he doesn't tell us where to find it on the page, I'm not going to go searching for it. I can't find it.
I need to change this because people aren't going to see you. They're going to want to see you. So that is the correct formula being applied.
What page are you on?
And all right.
I don't see that.
Now you'll notice that that's not the same as your 8 inches per mile squared, because that's the wrong formula.
It's not.
8 inches per mile squared is the wrong formula. So let me get this here.
I don't see where to go to get there.
Set it up. I don't want people to see stuff that they don't want to see, like your name.
Basics. I don't even see that
All right,
tab.
there it is. Okay, so I'll scroll down here. Here's the derivation of the formula and the correct formula. Right here, formula 4 is the correct formula. You'll see here H sub H is the hidden height, and you'll see that
I don't see
the
anything like that.
HO is the eye height of the observer. Now, when you use 8 inches per mile.
Hold on 1 second. I'm just going to check here. This is all in a different language. I just realized. Let me find the curvature burst, simulation, gravity, blog, English, Earth curve calculator. All right, maybe I found it. Okay, I found it. So what does he have here? So 2 meters observer height. Okay, target distance. What'd they say? 8 miles. What is 8m? Is that meters or miles? I don't really understand what m is. What? How do you know the units that they're using? Units. Yeah, m is for meters. Oh, so the target distance is, oh, so he said 8 kilometers. Sorry, I see what's going on. So we're going to put in 8,000 meters. Okay. What happened? This thing went off page. Earth curve calculator. Now I get it. I thought that was, wait, he said 8 kilometers, right? So 8,000 meters, 2 meters high. And then target size, he has 10. What's that? I see he added some refraction there, of course. Zoom view. And then what is the target hidden height here? Where does it say that? Lift horizon. I don't understand where the answer is. Dip angle, dip. Sagitta. Well, I mean, the Sagitta is all you need right there. So the Sagitta is, if you don't know, that is the, if you have an arc, it's the line from the middle of the hump to the line that would be drawn between the two places. According to this, it says the Sagitta is 2.825 meters, but the target size, we don't know. I guess we have to listen to the guy talk about it. We could change that, and of course, you're going to get a bigger or smaller bulge. I guess I'm confused as to what the...
That's fine. You don't have to know the math. You could maybe ask somebody that does understand math to go over the derivation here. But this
Yeah, and I'm sorry. This is
impulse
why I didn't want
of
to
the
do this
moment.
live.
Sometimes I try to,
because I don't know what
and
you're
then
talking
there's
about.
this long break, and then there's towers on the opposite end.
He doesn't know.
And I could actually see the base of the tower. So I looked up on Google, and it was supposed to be 8 inches of curvature.
So they're saying this guy never says what the size is on the other side of the water. And so the 10 meters is the lie. Well, yeah, if he put that in there.
For every mile. So I knew that where those towers were off in the distance on the other end of the shore, I knew that was about 8 kilometers away. So 8 kilometers away, there should be no way that I see the base of the towers, but I could still see the base of the towers.
All right,
So
well, let's test this before you get too far into this. So you were 8 kilometers away from a tower?
Yeah, there was
Okay.
towers on the opposite end of the. Yeah, I was at the shoreline.
And how high were you from? When I say how high were you, I mean your elevation, not other stuff.
Well, how high was I? My elevation?
Super
Honestly,
gay.
I have no idea. All I know is that the water went flat.
Yeah,
that does not tell you how much bottom-up obstruction you should see. I'm glad to send you the derivation of that. What I sent you there?
Yes, I see it.
All right. So, all right, hold on. Unfortunately, I'm
2, 8,000, 10.
I need one.
Whoops. What happened? Sorry.
Parallel, right?
You never can say.
Let me get back.
The reason I
Anybody want a peanut?
Earth, I could experience the same phenomenon. I could just pick any object
0.5.
off in the distance, look as far out as I possibly could, and I could still see the base of it beyond that. But I see what you're okay. I kind of get what you're saying, that it isn't. So what is it? What is it then? If it's not 8 inches per square mile, I mean, what is the curve? Because there are a lot of videos. The first video you'll find, if you try to say, okay, there's
hold
no
on.
way
Let me answer your question. This is
Okay.
the formula right here.
Yeah, but what is
This
your
right
answer?
here.
What did you
H,
come up with?
The hidden height equals all.
Confused.
When you plug in the form height is predicted on the globe.
Wait, what is it?
And a target size doesn't matter the target size.
Yes, it does.
It's what we want to see is the hidden height.
Okay, where's that at?
So right there, the hidden height approximately, because you don't know the weather conditions, but 0.029 meters. So about.
Where is he looking at this? 0.029 meters. Am I blind? Does anybody see anything on the screen that says 0.029 meters? Why don't I see it? On my screen or that screen? Target 1 visible equals hidden equals. Oh, okay, wait. Target lift. So I guess it's higher up than he's talking about. And let me see if we go here. 0.02908 meters.
It's 2 or 3 centimeters hidden height is predicted on the globe. So your observation matches the globe.
So confused. I don't know where the lie is when you're talking about the lie.
That it is predicted on the globe. Ultimately, because you don't. And a target size doesn't matter the target size. It's what we want to see is the hidden height. So right there, the hidden
So if you're
height.
calling that a lie, he's not lying there. If you're looking for the hidden height, then you're just looking for the hidden height. So you wouldn't. It doesn't matter if the object is 1,000 meters high or 4 meters high. You're just looking for the hidden height. So I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but that's not a lie.
Height approximately, because you don't know the weather conditions, but 0.029 meters, so about 2 or 3 centimeters hidden height is predicted on the globe. So your observation
over. So what's 8 kilometers in miles? I'm sorry, I only think in miles. 8 kilometers in miles is like 5 in miles. 8 kilometers in, yeah, it's 5 miles. Okay. And so if you were to do the 8 inches per mile squared formula, you would have 8 times 5 times 5, right? Times 5 equals, and then divide that by 12 equals, and we get 16 feet. of drop over 5 miles. Okay. And so that's what the lie is? Is that what you're talking about? And he says it's 0.0. Right. But what you don't have in there is the viewer height. Right. So if you're just talking about drop, you're fine. But if you're starting to look at what you're looking at, I always go to Metabunk calculator just for the fun. But again, we're just playing with their math. But if we go to Metabunk curve calculator, let me see if that comes up the same. But that's if they're talking about 8 inches per mile squared is not the correct formula. If you're talking about how much of something is hidden, then you have to include the height of both items above the water, you and the item you're looking at. So let's see if we do it from the curve calculator. Distance in miles is 5. Viewer height is 6. We're doing it in imperial. We're doing it advanced. And we get, so according to this, refracted hidden is 1.77 feet. Oh, sorry. Off of a viewer height in feet 6, 2 meters. Yeah. Target distance. Okay, we got that. Target size. That doesn't matter. All right. Well, I don't know where you got 0.0. What do you say? 0.02 meters or something? Yeah, I don't know where you got that. But according to this calculator, I see something different. 0.029 meters. 0.029 meters. 2 inches equals 1.14. Yeah, I don't know. If you're talking about maybe that's what it is, but I don't know. Who knows what refraction he put in. He didn't even move that little dial while we're watching. So for all we know, he put that in ahead of time. 0.5 refraction. I wonder what Metabunk uses. Is that what you're talking about? Now this person stops messaging me. This is why I don't do this live. Next time I got to think ahead of time. All right, so wait. 0. Oh, he doesn't have a screen up. I have to go to the screen and look at it. Okay, so I see that. And unless, let's see, standard refraction. With the refraction approximation giving you a radius of 46. What does refraction 0.5 mean? Who knows what the hell they're talking about there? 0.5 what? 0.5 is just a number? Refraction, 0.5. Oh, all right. I had no idea. Let's see if we change that, then it will change your 8,000, 10 meters, 10, 1, 0. Okay. What is going on here? 2, 8,000, 10, 0.5, 3, 0.82. Now I'm getting something different though. Maybe this is what you're talking about. My bad. If now I see hidden height 3.793 meters. What did I do wrong here? Standard 0, 2 meters height, 8,000 meters. Yes. Let's try something real quick. Okay. Wait, 8,000 meters. Okay. 1,050. Okay. I don't get it. I don't know what you want me to look at. Sorry. But I put the numbers in, and why do I keep? Now I got something different again. I have 0.68 meters. Why would it be different? Oh wait, he's got this item there. Green is way to the left. Okay. Blue is way to the left, yeah. Orange is to the right, yep. Red. What is this black number? Black bar. Oh my goodness. So clearly, what I think I see what I see what you're saying now. So he came here ahead of time and changed all the dials. That must have been what he was doing. In fact, if we go back and look, I bet you that's what he's doing. So you're talking about here?
On the opposite end of the, I was at the shoreline.
And
where those towers were off in the distance on the other end of the shore, I knew that was about 8 kilometers away. So 8 kilometers away, there should be no way that I see the base of the towers, but I could still see the base of the towers.
All right,
so
well, let's test this before you get too far into this.
I see what you're saying now. Okay, caller.
You were 8 kilometers.
So this guy's talking through it because he's changing the numbers on the calculator.
Away from a tower.
Yeah, there was
Okay.
towers on the opposite end of the. Yeah, I was at the shoreline.
I see what you're saying.
And how high were you from? When I say how high were you, I mean your elevation, not.
Now I get the problem.
Towers.
Okay, but so you don't know.
See how he's entering numbers?
All right. Well, I've done the calculation here.
You have not done the calculation
I'll
because
show it to you here. So, because 8 inches per mile squared is the wrong formula.
Thank you. I see what you're talking about now.
That does not tell you how much bottom up obstruction you should see. I'm glad to send you the derivation of that if you want. But I gotta get this.
So he's
ready
already
that
caked
people
the
can
numbers
look
here,
at
and
it.
I'll show
share it
you
to
proof
so
of
you
that
can
in a
see
second.
what I'm talking about here in just a second. What beverage do you have on tap today?
It's some coffee. It is not tea because I'm not tea. I'm drinking coffee to try to wake up the senses and sentiment and reach the highest levels of the firmament, because there is no outer space unless you're talking about past Antarctica.
Okay, I see what you're talking about. It's totally true. I mean, he is a blatant liar. Let me show you. Now I see what the person's trying to point out. So can you see this now? Just pointing out, this is the, and I'm going to refresh this page so you can see I didn't change anything. I'm going to refresh this, okay? So this is what the page starts at. In fact, we'll go reset all. There we go. So this is how the page starts, right? You'll notice it starts with 0 refraction. Now, if you want to figure out what standard refraction is, you click the standard button, and you'll see it move the refraction to 0.170. Standard refraction, normal, this is what they call, the 7/6R. Okay, let's just say now that's correct. Let's reset all again. Go back to normal. Oops, not save restore, reset all. Clear. Come on. Get app URL, go back. Oh boy, forward. Okay, here we are. And then we're going to refresh this and reset all. Okay, so you notice it starts at 0. Now, when you bring up what McToon is doing here, where is he? Here. Nope, that's not his channel. That's me again. Thanks. What did I do with him? Oh, here. So you'll notice that his forms here, notice where he has the refraction, the red line here. He's got it at 0.5. And it just said standard refraction is 0.1 something. What did we say it was? Go back to, where are we at here? This one? Nope. What did I just do with the place I was? Here it is. Let's move him over here for a second. All right. So again, when you get there, this is what you see. So if we put in 2 meters with a 8,000 meter distance, target size again doesn't matter. If we put in no refraction, then if we scroll up here, we're going to see this is the number of hidden here, 0.638 meters. Okay, that's fine. But somehow, before Looney Tunes got here, he took this dial and said, I'm going to put it all the way up here to 0.5, which is like 3 times standard refraction. Again, standard refraction, if we go standard, is 0.17. So McToon took it upon himself to decide. He even told the guy, if you listen back, he just said right now to him, oh, but you don't know the temperature and you don't know this or that. So he just plugs it in for the guy, takes this to 0.5, 3 times standard refraction, and then goes up here and says, oh, look, it's 0.02908, and tells this guy as if it's just matter of fact, and doesn't mention the fact that, oh, by the way, I also changed the fucking numbers.
And it's base of the icebergs, and this is just the tip. So check it out. Bless the power of the word and hip hop and diggity diggity diggity. Don't
Let me recommend to anybody doing any debates, don't rap. It's not helping your cause.
Stop.
Okay. All right. Do you see what I sent you there?
We see that you've cheated.
Yes, I see it.
All right. So, all right, hold on. Unfortunately, I need to change this because people aren't going to see.
Change what? Oh, sorry.
See you. They're going to want to see you. So that is the correct formula being applied.
Yeah, if you added in miraculous refraction.
Now you'll notice that that's not the same as your 8 inches per mile squared, because that's the wrong formula. 8 inches per mile squared is the wrong formula. So let me get this here. Set it up. I don't want people to see stuff that they don't want to see, like your name.
So
All right,
hopefully you guys can see that. 0.5
so,
has been added.
I'll scroll down here. Here's the derivation of the formula and the correct formula.
Yeah, but you cheated.
Right here, formula 4 is the correct formula.
You cheated.
You'll see here H sub H.
Can you mention to him that you tripled
and
standard refraction?
See that the HO is the eye height of the observer. Now, when you use 8 inches per mile squared, where do you put in the eye height?
8 inches per mile squared is drop.
Nowhere.
If you're asking me,
there's nowhere to put in the observer height to the formula 8 inches.
Where do you put in refraction times 3? That's where I want to know where do you do that?
Still see the base of it beyond that. But I see what you're okay. I kind of get what you're saying, that it isn't. So what is it? What is it then? If it's not,
see what they do to this guy. Let's pretend this guy's a real flat earther. I'm not really sure where they get these guys. I've never seen any of these guys ever. But let's say he is. Well, this guy lying to his audience and to this guy might change their mind.
8 inches per square mile. I mean, what is the curve? Because there are a lot of videos. The first video you'll find, if you try to say, okay, there's
hold on,
no
let me answer your question. This is the formula right here. This right here. H, the hidden height, equals R over the cosine of S over R, and the S is the distance.
That's not true. It says it right here, down here, what each term is, and it says R equals, and then it says the radius of the Earth without refraction. Okay, so this is not the correct formula that was used, because he added 3 times standard refraction.
Distance across the surface of the Earth, minus the arc cosine of R over R plus your observer height. All of that, then you subtract R from it. So that's the actual formula.
But what about tripling refraction?
To predict the bottom up obstruction.
But you've missed tripling standard refraction.
So 8 inches per mile squared is an acceptable formula for drop from a horizontal.
Correct.
But that's not what you're looking for. You're looking for bottom up obstruction. Drop from horizontal is a different thing.
Okay, so the first videos that you're going to see when you try to once you say to yourself, okay, well, maybe it's possible that the Earth is flat.
Expect on a rotating sphere, I would say that the fact that things.
We never went to our 3rd grade.
That's enough for me. Please don't send me any more of that guy's stuff. I cannot stomach liars. And he definitely went there early. We saw him and was punching in numbers while this guy was talking and was changing it so it came out the way he wanted. So then when he got here, he makes it seem like this is all normal. But again, it even says right here, refraction coefficient equals 0.5 strong. Well, there's not going to be strong refraction over that short of a distance, especially when you didn't even get the temperature or anything. You just made it up. So this is what the globe is really good at, right? And again, here's the thing. Does McToon see himself as a liar? No. Why? Because he's trying to convince this guy of the truth. And if you're going to talk, if you're a globe zealot, you can lie about anything because your end result is getting more people to believe they're on a spinning space testicle. Don't you know that? Don't you know? All right, let's go back to the phones. Looks like we got some more calls. And let's get that off the screen. Caller? Come on. Let's go to the phones. It's going to be the last phone calls. We've got 281. You are the last and final call of the evening.
Yep.
Go.
A couple things. Did you see the Whitfit debate? I just hopped on, so you've already covered it. But did you see the Whitfit debate last night?
I didn't know he did a debate last night.
Oh my God, it's hilarious. He debates this guy from Cozy TV.
On what channel?
On his channel. He was having like a School of the Globers, and then this guy calls in he's got his own podcast on oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Okay, I'll watch it.
His own podcast. He has a meltdown, brings his buddy on. He has a bigger meltdown, and then he on his own podcast after the show in real time, you watch this guy do like an Owen Benjamin style flat earther, like just freaking out, man. It's hilarious. The whole thing, it kept me up all night last night.
Now you got me all excited.
But, it's so funny. It's hilarious.
Okay.
The guy, like, he plays his video that is like go-to video. Look at the curve, and everybody in the chat calling out the lens and everything. And he realizes it is a I've lost the word, but you know what I mean, the whatever lens. And
Fisheye.
he has a meltdown, dude. It's hilarious.
Okay, we'll watch
but
it.
What I was really calling about is this nuclear fusion technology breakthrough. Have you heard about that?
I saw the article.
I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Oh, I didn't read it enough to give you my thoughts. You can explain it if you want. Summarize it for me. I just saw the article. I didn't read it.
Actually, there's a 4-minute, I don't know if you want to do that, press conference, and I can link it in chat right now.
Give me the general idea of it.
Well, I don't really understand it. The general idea is they shoot a laser that takes 2 photons to shoot, and they get 3 photons of energy out of it by shooting it at something. Goes over my head, but they're all real excited about it.
Okay. I'll bring it up next week then. Let me read about it.
I just pasted the thing in your chat.
Okay.
And love your show.
Thanks.
And I'll talk to you later.
All right, peace. All right, let's finish off strong with StreamYard. Is there anybody there? We got 2 people, and then we're done. So no more people. After No Globe, after Mark, it's over for you guys. All right? No more. Nunca más. Unless McToon wants to call in and tell us all why he added 3 times standard refraction for no reason other than to make that guy look dumb and make him rethink his position on the flat earth. No Globe, welcome to the show. You are muted.
Hi, Jaron.
Oh,
yeah, I want to show some real quick. There's a YouTube video of a physics girl, and she's putting some rubbish from her mouth. Could you please play that? I posted it in private chat.
Okay. Got it. All right. Physics girl.
Instead,
oh, this girl's the worst. Okay. Now go where? Right where you play. Right where you want to be started from?
No, from the timestamp where I posted it.
Yes, that's what I said. Okay.
Earth's argument is about, but there is no scientific argument about whether the Earth is flat. This argument was settled long ago. Instead, Flat Earthers' argument is about whether you should trust evidence that other people have collected before you.
That's true.
And it's an important argument because this trust is essential for society and science to progress. The only alternative we have is that each and every one of us has to start over from scratch with.
That's stupidity. What do you want me to comment on?
Yeah, play it about 30 seconds or more.
30 seconds?
Birth. You see, flat earthers would eventually figure out the Earth is round, but it might take them 1,000 years until they've reinvented modern science. This is why I think scientists should take flat earthers' philosophical problem seriously. It's a problem that any scientifically advanced society must address. It is not possible for each and every one of us to redo all experiments in the history of science.
She's a girl on her other channel. She is making a video like she's a prophet of the dark.
What?
Yeah, in her other channel, and she's making a video. And the video title is Prophet of the Dark, and she's playing a devil role there.
Okay, go ahead. I barely could hear you there, but go ahead. What do you want to say about this?
Yeah, I want to say about this that she's a girl, and she also talked about like our future was decided at the time of Big Bang. Our future was determined at the time of Big Bang.
Oh, yeah.
Because Big Bang given the information, and we are just following that information came from Big Bang. And nothing else.
Yeah, she
so
says
what you want to say about her?
Yeah,
and she claims to be a scientist.
Yeah, she's garbage. She says that we have no free choice. There's no free will. That everything's already been decided for us ahead of time. I've commented on. I've did a video about her before.
Yeah, and she's saying like we will figure it out after 1,500 years ago. Like what that claim? Like flat earthers will figure it out that the Earth is round, but it will take about thousands of years for them.
Yeah, I don't know where people like this are, and again, here's the thing is that in a perfect world, what she's saying is true. that if everybody was honest and we didn't have science being hijacked by corporations, by politicians, by you name it, then what she's saying is legit. The problem is that we don't live in that world. We live in a world where you're going to be taken advantage of every second that you allow it. And so you can look at what Carl Sagan said when Carl Sagan's talking about the bamboozled. I don't remember the exact quote. I can't verbatim give it. Let me get it. Sagan, bamboozled. So he has this quote where he's talking about religions, but they fail to realize, obviously, that the same could go for anybody telling you things. Let's see here. So this is one of the saddest lessons of history is this. If we've been bamboozled long enough, we tend to reject any evidence of the bamboozle. We're no longer interested in finding out the truth. The bamboozle has captured us. It's simply too painful to acknowledge, even to ourselves, that we've been taken. Once you give a charlatan power over you, you almost never get it back. So this guy's talking about it as if he's talking about religion, and people don't realize the same is true for the science religion. So again, look at it that way. One of the saddest lessons in history is this. If we've been bamboozled long enough, if we've been told that the Earth's a globe and that it spins and flies through space and it has curvature long enough, we're no longer interested in finding out the truth. The bamboozle has captured us. We're captured by the spinning Earth, the majesty of the galaxy, the septillion stars, the Big Bang, the nebulas, all this crap, and then it's simply too painful to acknowledge, even to ourselves, that we've been taken. Once you give a charlatan, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Bill Nye, these jokers, power over you, you almost never get it back. So he's ratting out his own science for being make-believe.
Yeah, she is indirectly telling everyone to just follow science and just believe in them. Like if you go deeper in all the scientific formulas and laws, then their laws break down at the point when we go to the constants of physics, like mu constant, like permittivity and permeability, right? So mu naught, epsilon naught, these constants, omega constant, alpha constant, we don't know how they get these values. How scientists get those values, we don't know. They just got those values, and they just put those like constants, like gravitational constant everywhere.
Correct.
And from where they got those values, we don't know.
Correct.
So they just want us to just follow them. They're religion scientists. So.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. You nailed it. All right. Peace. Let's go to the final call. We've got Mark. You're on. Your device is not connected. Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. So I kind of got what that guy's saying, but here's the thing about what the problem with that is. All you need to do is look at George Ellis, mainstream physicist. You're probably getting tired of me saying the same thing all the time. When George Ellis says, I can construct for you a spherically symmetrical universe with the Earth at its center, and you cannot disprove it based on observations. That right there tells you that whether or not we're the center of the universe can't be determined based on observations, because observationally it does show that we are. Then he says, what you can do is ban it on philosophical grounds, which is basically saying, philosophically speaking, we don't like the idea of being the center. We think it's weird. We would rather be one of many of these galaxies and planets. We don't want to be special. So what does he say? To stay away from the absolute, sorry, that's going back to Hubble. Let's just stick with Ellis. Ellis is saying a lot of cosmology tries to hide that. Let me repeat. A lot of cosmology tries to hide that. Tries to hide the fact that we could be the center of the universe. So is it safe to be like this dumb bitch and believe the scientists that come before you when they have based their determinations not on evidence, not on science, not on observations, but on philosophical grounds? So we are now to follow people who feel a connection with the Creator, feel a connection with the world, feel like there's importance here, feel like we're going to be judged for what we do here. We are being told that it's not safe for us to do that. We're going to go back in time. We have to follow the people that came before us, even though the people that came before us tell us that they have to stay away from the absolute horror of a unique position, that it must be avoided at all costs. So if you're not smart enough to figure out not to do that, I'm not going to be able to, I'm not going to be able to help you. Mark, welcome to the show. Go ahead.
Kind of cheated, but I figured I had some time. But I wanted to mention the fact that no one's talking about the fact that before this whole thing with Werner Bonbon started, they all came over under Project Paperclip, which
Right.
was a town which was heavily segregated by the military outside of New Mexico.
Mhm.
By 65, because they all knew about the MK Ultra program or brainwashing, since they had their doctors working on it in the death camps, you can see that there's a whole lot of houses built in the shape of a swastika, and a naval base just outside of San Diego,
Yeah.
also built in the shape of a swastika, which was basically there for the Russian Nazi prisoners, because the Russians would laugh, going, "Look at what the Americans are building." The Nazis in Russia would go, "That's probably where we have to call to hook up with our old friends in Germany." And afterwards, there were a whole bunch, after 65, the Cold War started, and there were a whole bunch of secret missions with secret flights and secret people aboard doing secret stuff.
Mhm.
So clearly they were getting together, and now there's absolutely nothing outside of New Mexico to mention the fact that there was a segregated community by the military, and they're all running free, and the president and the head of NASA is a Nazi, along with half of his staff.
Mhm.
Everybody forgets to mention. And also, by the way, our hero, von Braun, had French doors put on his offices. Every office he had French doors, and there were always 5 prisoners hanging off of those doors. This is why he liked the French doors, because he could fit 5 guys across hanging. And basically the deal is that you had to change them every 8 hours, whereas if you hung a German, he would last a couple of days. But they never hung a German. They kept only hanging Jews. So they had to keep replacing them every 6 freaking hours. And this is the guy who ran NASA.
Mhm.
Talk about hiding lies. That's and you know, you might, and also the fact that, you know, if you want to look at, you know, how the MK Ultra progressed, you might want to look at the fact that, you know, if you want to see how they're controlling the public, that would be a whole other show, I guess.
It would be. Thanks for your call. I appreciate that. That was actually a good call. Later. All right. I believe that that's going to do it. But again, yeah, that's the problem with, standing on the shoulders of giants. Well, we don't know that those giants said what they claim that they did. You could just look at Aristophanes. Oh, Aristophanes, he proved the Earth's a sphere back. And if we could all believe him and we believed everything that he said, then I could see where everybody's truthful and scientists have no bias. Imagine that. Scientists have no bias. And I just got done telling you that George Ellis said a lot of cosmology tries to hide that. If they're trying to hide something, that's because they have a bias. Okay? So clearly scientists are biased. When they tell you they can see what's inside of an atom, if you believe that, you've lost your freaking mind. They cannot see inside of an atom, since the atom is the only thing, the smallest thing there is, and it can't be dissected. So if some wizards, if some magic people, if some religious freaks want to tell you, we know what's inside there, we know what's inside those atoms, then you can believe them if you want. I'm not believing them. Why don't you show me what's in an atom? Oh, that's right, you can't. So you could basically say whatever you want. So where we should be extremely skeptical is when the domain of what somebody's talking about can't be checked by another person. Okay? So go check if the inside of an atom is a proton and neutron and they're orbiting each other like little solar systems. Guess what? You can't. Okay? I'd have a problem with that. Why don't you go check whether or not the apparatus at the gravitational wave detection center actually moved by the width of a 100th of a proton? Impossible. You'll never see it, yet they want you to believe it. How about outer space? Can you go there and verify? No, you cannot. Can you verify the size of Jupiter? Absolutely not. Can you? Now, don't listen to Globers, because they'll tell you, you can verify the size of Jupiter. You just put in this number, this number. Yeah, if we assume that we know the mass of it, and we know the speed of it, and we know the size of it or something, then you can get an answer close to what NASA has, but they gave you all the prerequisite items, which none of those are proven. So you cannot claim to know how far Jupiter is or what size it is unless you believe in NASA. You can't claim to know the size of the sun or how far it is unless you believe in NASA. You can't claim to know the size of the moon and what how far away it is unless you believe in NASA. Otherwise, you're stuck. Again, pretend like you're a human being who just showed up today, you and a bunch of friends, and you look up in the sky and all you see is the sun and the moon. They're the same freaking size. Okay? Same size in the sky. If you did your crazy triangle math, you'd come out to 3959 for the height of the sun. Okay? And miles, not millions of miles or 93 million. And again, the stories that they tell you, we have to stand on the shoulders of giants who looked up in the sky, saw Venus, and said, let's estimate its size. Let's go with the same size as Earth. Then they did all these calculations, came out with the distance to the sun. And now when we go up there, what do they say? We got there and we were so shocked. Venus is the same size as Earth. And all their numbers work. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that these ancient desert wanderers looked up in the sky and estimated the size of Venus. Give me a break. Give me a break. Let's check the chat real quick and see if anybody's got any fun things to say. And then we'll do just the tips. But let's start over here at the YouTube. Just want to say hi to everybody. Hope everybody's well. Who do we got here? We've got Guina Spice says Roman aqueducts will only have a slight decline for water to flow. Nothing for curvature, I'm sure. YouTube has videos of the aqueducts. Pretty impressive. Hey, it's Bob. Bob says it was the most epic 2v1 debate in history. You must see it. I'll have to go look. I didn't know that. The Romans were not believing in a curved earth. They made long aqueducts, longest still up in Segovia. Excuse me. He nailed it harder than the Hebrews nailed Jesus to the cross. For Christmas, my sister got me a little magnet that says, "The love of Jesus is my favorite drug." And then it says, no, I'm just kidding. It's weed. Thought it was pretty good. Let's see what we got after that. To Die For says, taking back the earth from these evil elite. We are tempted. Tony says, also another I heard of lately, Rome conquered another peoples called Etruria or Etruscan, whom they took all the crafts, lands, culture of such. Otto Hoax says, Ye knows who they are. He does. Yes. Oh. Okay, here we go. Electron microscopes are suspect to me. Hella suspect. Hella suspect. And again, even an electron microscope cannot see inside of an atom. So ask somebody who believes in what's inside of an atom to show you it, and then laugh at hysterically as they fumble around and try and come up with you're an idiot and you're a flat earther and should be gassed. They use frequency, not visuals, to determine what's inside of an atom. They send frequency through it, and that tells them there's an electron and a neutron and a proton and all that stuff. Show it to me. Segovia is still up, 10 miles long, looks very flat. Drew says, Globebuster's probably the best debate I've ever seen. Wow, okay, all right. Austin was uncharacteristically respectful, and it was very effective. They were so triggered. You can know anything in your imagination. Yeah. Flip Flat, it was awesome. So glad I was there to witness it. Auto Hoax says the CDC and NASA use the same CGI artists. Sacred Knowledge says, unless you believe in Santa, I mean NASA. All right. Guina Spice, I do understand Jaron is busy, but we do have some important input that can help clear this up. What? Gallows Aguilar, Emilio says, better yet, they use quartz crystals to detect the frequency. Quartz crystals, I don't know what we're talking about there. It's moving fast. I just lost it. Here we go. They were super triggered, and one definitely did not have an open mind. The other was willing to learn, I think. Jesus was a Hebrew. Not all Hebrews are Jewish. Shaking my head. Jesus was a Hebrew. Not all Hebrews are Jewish. Yeah, but Jewish is a religion, not a people. Or else how are people converting to being a Jew? You can't convert to being black. You can't convert to being Asian. But you can convert to being a Buddhist or convert to being a Catholic. So clearly Jewish is a religion. To Die For, happy faith. The link I posted is a 4-minute press conference about nuclear fusion. I'd love to see a reaction. I will check it out, but not live. I think Big Tech was one of the best behaved globe folks I've ever saw in a debate against Whitsitt. Now you guys got me all excited about watching it. Good morning, everyone. What's up, Stephanie? Thank you for being a member. I love the members. Jesus is the sun. He is the sun. How did we ever see Venus and Mercury at night in the first place? Miracles. Miraculous. Probably some sort of refraction and puts things where it's not really. HK was a McToon clone, if not McToon himself. HK was a McToon. Guana Spice says, Jews are from the tribe of Judah. There are 10 other tribes of Hebrews, the lost 10 tribes on tomorrow's world. Okay. Flip Flap says, yes. Bitcoin to the moon, says Flat Smack. Jaron and Whitsitt is #1 debaters. I'm not #1 debater. No, that's not one of my strengths. Light doesn't travel. Look at the sun rays or touch it. Look at the sun rays or a touch it doesn't flow or move. Perfectly still. Sorry, I missed that one. Massa NASA, Torch. Emilio says, what I meant was that they don't take pictures of molecules. They detect frequency that they say are molecules using quartz crystals with, quote, electrons channeled through them. I believe it. Guarna Spice says, Segovia has a 10-mile aqueduct that is still in use. Flat looking. Lasers can measure it. Flat then should only be slight decline. Other cultures made them based on flat earth. Is it straight though? 10 miles straight or no? Which you can't see electrons either. When was this Whitsitt debate? Was it yesterday or day before? They said it was yesterday. I did see his stream. It's called Schooling Globers, but I didn't know that that was a debate. And I actually thought I watched the beginning of it, and I didn't notice anything about a debate. It was like scheduled or something. I didn't even know that. I don't know. I watched. God, I thought I remember watching a lot of it. What am I missing? Must have been towards the end or something. Anyway, we'll check it out after. But thank you, everybody. We're going to go check out the super chats real quick. Bye-bye. The link to Cozy TV with Whitsitt, the guy which debated Austin, had a stream going further after he was done with Austin. This link... Oh, I don't think they're letting you put the link in there. Jaron, not so. Jewish people are from Judah. Messiah, Jesus, had to come from only that tribe. So how do people convert to being a Jew? If it had to be from a tribe. Doesn't make sense to me. He comes on about 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, so I probably just saw before that. It was spontaneous. Okay, thank you guys. You're making sense now. Yeah, I saw a bit of it too. Must have missed that part. Whitsitt was doing one of his regular shows last night, and Big Tech came into his stream with his minions, and Whitsitt let them change the show to a debate, sir. All right, good to know. I'm going to check it out. Excellent. Jaron has BS star. Thank you. I just take things in first. Just take it in. All right, that's good. Let's go over to check if there's any super chats. If not, there might not be. Oh, what the hell? Something happened. Let me go check over there. We did get a monstrous super chat, it appears. And I missed it. Monetization. Supers. Charlie, man, you are too kind. Seek the truth. Takes a bit of work. Meantime, drink a beer. Well, I agree with most of that. However, don't drink. If at all possible. Thank you for that super chat. $100 from Charlie. Don't drink. It's not good for any part of your life. And really, there's no benefit to it. Yes, today people can be a part of a Jewish faith, marry into Jewish faith. Some do become Jewish today. Does not seem to matter today. All right. Thank you. Emilio says, love your shows. Tony says, Jesus, Isis, Yeshua, Yashahuia are a few different languages soundings, but from Hebrew letter by letter, you can see clear connection what the name means. All right. Very cool. When Cozy TV guy realizes his own video was a fisheye, he melts. I can't wait to see it. You've all excited me. Don't excite me anymore. We're going to hang up on the call line later. Got that out of the way. And let's go over to Rokfin. What? What do you mean? That's weird. Why does it say I'm going to leave site? What? Start over? Weird. Says I am going to not save something. All right, let's go check this out. Rokfin, thank you very much for the tips. Let's see who it was. And I do appreciate it. It helps keep me doing what I love to do. And I can't be more thankful. Plum Level Square Bear says, support what you like or it goes away. Thank you very much. $5 from him. We've got Jason Bowles says nothing, but thank you very much. $20. Huge tip. Jason Nicholson, also $20. Thank you very kindly. And Sean, you're the man. And also $5. Thank you very kindly. That's very, very generous of all you guys. Again, show you for the last time because, not for the last time, you'll obviously hear me talk about it a lot coming up, but go and get yourself one of the coolest hats ever, or the pack. There you go. Go to shop.jeranism.com and Why do I want you to go here so badly? Because I'm very nervous about how much money I spent on. Now I need to have quite a few sales before we're a long way from even. Let's put it that way. So you've got the beanie available in black. Very nice. I didn't show you the beanie. Webcam. So there you go. Oops, can't see me there. It's embroidered. It's not like some print. It's actually sewed. Very nice. One size fits all on that one. And then we've got the hat. I like the Fake X. Very nice. Clean hat. Very clean. And you get also here. There we go. And I just have to take pictures because I put these up yesterday before the hats got here, and the hats just got here today. So this is not real. This is kind of dummied. But I'll take a picture of the real hat and put it on there. But this is the real beanie. And let me show you something real quick. Where's my phone? If I can get this real quick, I'll show you. Let me see here. I want to show you the coolest model ever for this hat. Where is it? Is it right? Maybe I don't have it. Oh, it's right here. Oh, wait. I know where it is. Go to shared library. There it is. Let's go with that one's the cutest. Yeah, it's that one. And add to shared album. Yes. Go. All right. And let's bring that up. I'll show you this. I got to put his picture on there, but oh, he's so cute. Little Asian eyes. Hopefully he drives better than his mother. Oh, sorry. That's racist. Can you see that? Look at him. If that doesn't make you want to buy that hat, I don't know what will. I don't know what will. If that doesn't make you, then possibly nothing will. All right. That is it for the show. Much love to everybody. I do appreciate you guys being here. Tomorrow, 12 noon Pacific, let's do the Jeranism show. After that, I've got my crypto class. That will be at 6 p.m. Pacific time. If you want to get into crypto, best way to do that is to go to patreon.com/Jeranism. If you sign up for a year, you get a free 1-hour consult, which is the same price as the year, so it's actually a great deal. But yeah, check out shop.jeranism.com for a hat or a beanie, and hopefully we can move through those. And if you have any ideas for future hats or beanies or whatever, let me know. Best way to reach me, t.me/Jeranism. That is my address on Telegram. And people will tell you out there I'm pretty cool about Telegram, but also I do give people, if they start messaging me too much, I'll just mention them. Just so you know, I have a folder called Dirtbags. And people who over message me definitely go in that folder. And then those people I look at maybe once a week or 2 weeks when I have time. So why do they go into that folder? Because they're just saying things that they just want somebody to talk to, and they choose me. And I don't have time to do that. So if you've got something to ask, if you've got something to say, if you've got a link to give me, if you've got something you want me to watch, something you want me to answer, that's what it's for. But not for, hey, bro, did you watch this video? What do you think happened there? Wait, what's going on with this? Hey, how come this is happening? Hey, what do you think about this guy? Is he a shill? What do you think about? I was like, all right, that's about enough. That's about enough, sir. And that's about it. Is there anything else I need to talk about? No, I don't think so. That's it. All right, lots of stuff coming up. Pay attention to what Austin and I are doing. We've got some things that we're working on together, and those are around the bend. We do have another summit, March 17th, 18th. That's going to be the Equinox Summit, and there's no real information on that yet. No tickets for sale yet. It'll be the same price. Everything's going to be kind of the same. Different speakers, a couple different ideas, and then there'll be a new place where it's all going down. And so that'll be quite fun. I believe that's it. I remind you guys, please do your own research. Wait, wasn't I going to play a song on the way out here? Or was it going to be that guy's? I don't remember. I think it was it. Just going to play that song. I think that's all I was going to do, right? Yep, I believe so. All right, let's, what do we want to listen to on the way out of here? Anything good? Any good music? Let's see what I've got in my music playlist. in my ear channel playlists, library. That's history. That's that. Watch later. Where's the liked videos now? Playlists. Yes. Oh, there it is. Music. See what song is good here. Is there anything I want to listen to? Oh, that's a good one. I gotta listen to that one. Maybe we'll listen to that one. Or is there something funny my wife and I did that's in here? New Fake's pretty funny. Let's do FAKE. It's cute. Or We Are the Scientists. Let's do We Are the Scientists. All right, much love. Do your own research. When you do, you'll never gonna believe what you've been taught. Till tomorrow, 12 noon Pacific. See you here for the #1 show on all the internets. That is the Jeranism Show. It stars me, and it's going to be a good one tomorrow. Have some fun things lined up for you. Let's do it. Till next time, this has been Jeranism. Much love and peace.
Astronauts to the moon.
Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1.
Houston, we have a problem.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue.
What you're seeing here is a mirage.
Juhu?
Globalone. Jello.
Yeah?
You a cold?
No, where do you think you are?
Oh, excuse me. We have a smarty pants here. I'm a Galileo.
I'm a Fig Newton.
And I am Albert Einstein. But you guys are all dead. We had to come quick. We heard you were trying to think. We're the scientists.
Here to confuse you.
We're the experts.
We set you up to fail. We're the scientists.
We did it for you. Believe in what we say. Scientism will prevail. Who needs an experiment when you have science on your side? You can be smart and know the truth if you don't even try.
So when you believe in it, you risk nothing at all. So start your lawnmower and watch your baseball.
Well, now that sounds pretty shady. It's like you don't want me thinking it ever. I'm sure I'm supposed to be using my head.
Oh, come on, little fella. The scientists are perfect. Tell her why, Isaac.
I think I made a discovery when an apple fell on my head. It could have been a bad day, but I discovered apples that they are red. So then my head cracked open and blood started to fall. And while I was in a coma, the apple told me we live on a ball.
Oh, you had it easy. I was playing with my dildo, and I placed it by my eye. And then a few guys stole it, and they making a Galileo cry. They told me all their ideas, and they said that they were very correct. And if I faked my observations, then I would never be a suspect.
Oh, you think that is bad? I was told to invent relativity, or they'd put gum in my hair. They made me balk like a chicken and say E equals MC squared. So I told them the theory was nonsense and that nobody understood. But as soon as I showed them my biceps, I became part of the brotherhood.
Do you think you can?
I think I can't.
Do you think you can?
I think I can't.
Do you know you can?
I know I can't.
Yes. She can.
We're the scientists, here to confuse you.
We're the experts. We set you up to fail. We're the scientists.
We did it for you. Believe in what we say. Scientism will prevail.
Scientists are regular people. Just don't ask us any question. All we have is theories.
And the weird facial expressions.
Your nose to your ass to your toes is inversely proportional to the circumference of who knows.
Time to pray. Copernicus changed the world when he said planets orbit the sun.
But no one accepted his model because back then they weren't so dumb.
Tycho Brahe came in and realized that Copernicus' system was a fiction.
He knew the stars were not so far, and he knew it with conviction.
Kepler was his student and he knew his data was right.
And so he killed that pesky Tycho. Now we see trillions of miles at night.
Edwin Hubble looked up and down to explain how galaxies moved yonder.
How to escape the horror of a unique position is what he pondered.
Stephen Hawking rejected observation. It was a modesty he preferred.
And the fact that he has lived so long with ALS is absurd.
Help me. George Ellis told us the truth about the science he specializes.
The models of a cosmology are a philosophical exercise.
Then NASA came along and they said man could go to the moon.
And then they fooled the world with some helium balloon.
A SpaceX is the latest fraud to have fooled you in the sky. You can even watch the rockets land, but you cannot watch it alive.
We tell you all these facts, like rockets do come down. It's as easy as when we place this child upon the ground.
Elon took years of hard work and he believed up in his dreams. And no matter how hard it gets, we can always concoct a scheme.
We're the scientists,
here to fool you. Trust us experts,
or else you'll fail. We're the scientists,
we're here to help
you. Believe that we proved it. I believe that you proved it. If you believe that we proved it, then scientism will prevail.
High five.
Ciao.
I got to take a deuce. Hey Newton, is it true that story about the apples a fib?